Hi, welcome. If you're just coming into the stream, I apologize that nobody knew the stream was here. I'm gonna start my game over to give everybody a second to get in, but since now I see that people are actually seeing the stream, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We are on day 6 of Nancy Drew. Marathon, I guess? Yes, I'm streaming early, and the stream was unlisted, so I'm starting the first 10 minutes of the game over again, because I am the worst. Welcome, everybody. I was like, why is there nobody in here? I know I'm streaming early, but, like, it's not that early for a Saturday. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Oh boy. Something always goes wrong with these streams, doesn't it? Alright. Yeah, so we're on game number 6. This is Nancy Drew, Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Yes, that's what it's called. Yes, so this is game number 6. This is gonna be the longest game that we've played so far.
Welcome to my latest
and yeah, let's do a take 2 on this, because nobody got to be here.
Choose either junior or senior detective. Dear Dad, greetings from the new deputy curator at Beach Hill Museum in Washington, D.C. I miss you, by the way. How's Africa? I sure hope this letter reaches you in Ouagadougou before you move on to Nairobi. So I got the internship.
Oh, it's 9 a.m. where you're from. It's noon where I am. And just because of what I had going on today, I thought this would be better timing than 7 p.m. for me. And some people wanted an earlier stream, so figured I'd try it out.
Maybe you've seen her name in the news recently, in conjunction with the discovery of a strange Maya monolith. Apparently, it's created quite a buzz among experts in the field. Well, Beach Hill plans to feature the monolith in an upcoming exhibition. Just imagine, this artifact has been buried for hundreds of years, and now it's going to be unveiled to the public for the first time. The museum is short-staffed at the moment, and they're expecting such a huge turnout that they've closed their doors to prepare. I can hardly wait to dig into this exciting project and learn how archaeologists and historians solve the mysteries of ancient cultures. I'll keep you posted.
Yep, so Nancy's a museum curator.
I presume.
Deputy museum curator now.
Welcome to Beach Hill. I was just checking the lock on this display case. This is one of the museum's most treasured pieces, a carving of King Pakal.
Who is King Pakal?
Pakal assumed the throne at age 12.
Night at the museum, pretty much, yeah.
615 AD.
Now she just needs to be a national treasure and steal the Declaration of Independence.
Is that jade?
Yes, the Maya loved jade and used it for many of their carvings. There isn't another piece like this in the world, and it's priceless, which means I practically had to sell my own grandmother to get it.
How did the museum
Yikes.
acquire it?
Leave it to Taylor Sinclair. He's a wizard when it comes to these deals. You'll meet him later. Now then, Nancy, you're coming on board at a critical time for Beach Hill. An exhibit of this caliber is not kid stuff. Franklin Rose assures me you're a real trooper, and I hope he's right.
I have been known to be a trooper.
I don't care who your father is.
Super Trooper. Now that song's gonna be in my head.
One thing I've learned from my father, it's the value of hard work. Just tell me where to start.
There's a list of tasks for you in the lab. Once you've knocked those off, we'll regroup.
Where's the rest of the
Smile she made as she turned her head.
We've had to make some budget cutbacks, so we'll be
Yeah.
relying heavily on our volunteer
Joanna is an
staff.
interesting character.
Namely, you. Besides Henrik and me,
She's
the
a very,
only
very
people who'll
strange
be around to
character.
pester you are Taylor Sinclair, my ace art dealer, and Alejandro Del Rio, attaché to the Mexican consulate and executive thorn in my side.
I like how they say the only people who will be around to bother you are, as if we didn't want anybody bugging us, and as if she's not just tasking us with running a whole museum pretty much by ourselves. Welcome. If you're just getting in, we are playing Nancy Drew's Secret of the Scarlet Hand.
Tell me me more about Alejandro Del Rio.
Ugh, wouldn't you rather hear about the monolith? It's a
No, I want to
massive
hear
pillar
about
of stone,
a potential
nearly
friend.
1,500 years old with
Or
Maya
suspect, one of the
glyphs
two.
carved into it. We've installed it in the garden. Wait until you see it.
Could you explain what a glyph is?
A glyph, as in hieroglyphic, is a picture that represents a word or an idea. Henrik is the human encyclopedia on the subject.
How many glyphs are there in all?
Henrik can help you with that.
Who?
Who's Henrik?
Henrik Vanderheun, world-renowned expert in Maya hieroglyphics. He's the latest addition to the Beach Hill Brain Trust. I told him I don't even want to see his pointy Vander head till he's got a translation on that monolith.
Could have said it nicer, but you know.
Thanks for the orientation.
I guess she's got a job to do.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye. How are the tasks coming along?
Literally just said bye.
I
Haven't left.
started them.
Well, get cracking. The last deputy curator was like a tempest in a teapot around here. Caused me nothing but grief.
What kind of grief?
I'll tell you about Sonny's some other time.
I've got work to do.
Go to it.
Right, so what I was saying right before I realized that the stream was completely unlisted. This game is a big deal for the series because it introduces us to a couple of things that become running characters. Or I should say, it introduces us to a couple of reoccurring characters like this person, Prudence Rutherford.
Topeka Commission for the Arts. How cultured.
How fancy. And then it also introduces us to Sunny June, who's somebody that we'll keep hearing about. Sunny June had our job before us. Nowadays, I associate the word glyph with Owl House. Same. I get that. And there's a couple of brands that become running gags in the series that are also introduced to us. Find a thing for that. And I get this thing. And here we have the main atrium of the museum. This is the Mayan I was gonna say the Mayan exhibit, but it seems to be our only exhibit right now, so. Yeah, you can look at all kinds of fun things here and learn about the ancient Maya. Wait, can I look back at the carving that was apparently grandmother selling worthy? I mean, it's a very nice carving, but I don't think we need to make that big of a deal out of it. Alright, this is all stuff that we're gonna do later. This is like the interactive part of the museum. Like the exhibit for kids. One day oversleep. Well, lucky for you, I messed up my own stream and it didn't even go live, so I just replayed the first couple of minutes because I was just a few minutes in before I got a text and somebody was like, your stream is unlisted? And I was like, huh? Not supposed to be. Oh gosh. But yes, I hope everybody's Saturday is going well. Alright, this is literally where we were. That was all that I was replaying. Let's see. We've got a periodic table of the elements. We've got this thing, which is a Krollmeister. It says Krollmeister somewhere, I swear. Krollmeister, which is a reoccurring thing. I was saying that's like the... Krollmeister is like the Stark Industries of the Nancy Drew universe. What's this? What do we have here? There's the little knob that I need, and this belonged to the guy who had my job before me. And he very conveniently left a bunch of notes behind, which are going to help me solve a bunch of puzzles. All right. Yep, so, oh, and here's another thing that's brand new to the series that becomes a running thing. Cocoa Kringle chocolate bars. Alright, so what do we have? We've got a list of tasks. This is our desk. We're going to sort out shards of pottery. We have to bring the addenda of the monolith to Alejandro del Rio. We need to order bubble wrap, packing tape, and sticky labels. Which sounds like they wanted to call it Post-its, but they thought that was branded, or that must be branded. Match recording narrations to appropriate displays, and reorder Maya numbering exhibit. Some of these are going to take a long time, and some of these... Why can't I put my pen in the thing if I can't bring it with me? Okay. So some of these things are going to take a long time, and some are not. So... we shall see. We'll do the easy ones first. Okay. Before I restarted, I was warring with this phone. So let's call and order some bubble wrap.
Silvio's curatorial bonanza.
May I speak to Silvio Jr., please?
This is Silvio Jr.
I'd like to
What can I
speak to
do
the
for
owner
you?
himself.
I'd like to place an order, please.
Have you ordered from us before?
Yes, I
Not me
think so.
personally.
Have an account number.
Okay, good. That saves me a lot of paperwork. What's the account number?
Oh, I have to tell him. There's only one option. I don't know why that's not automatic.
BH119K? Beach Hill? Are you serious?
That's right. I'm the new deputy curator, Nancy Drew.
Well, whoop-de-doo, it's Nancy Drew.
This guy's over it.
Silvio's curatorial bonanza
Can't blame him.
no longer does business with Beach Hill. I've sent all 6 of the outstanding invoices to a collection agency. And you jokers won't get another packing peanut out of Silvio Jr. ever. Do not call here again.
All right. Well, that didn't go well. Hey, can I cross it off my list now? I can. Nancy's just like, not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm fine. What's this? Oh, here's
Must
Henrik.
be Nancy, the new deputy curator. I am
Adam,
Henrik
good to
Van-
see you. We are playing Nancy Drew's Secret of the Scarlet Hand, which is number 6 in the Nancy Drew PC games series. It's from 2002.
Pleased to meet you. What are you working on?
Just some light housekeeping.
Why are you wearing that mask?
Oh, these dusty old artifacts.
You know,
of murder
wearing
on
of the
my
mask
hands.
is not
Anyway,
super
what can I do
weird
for you?
anymore, Nancy. You don't know this because it's 2002 where you are, but, you know. Everybody's gonna be wearing
I seem
masks
to
pretty
find the
soon.
addenda to the monolith loan agreement that I'm supposed to bring to Alejandro del Rio.
Sunny June bobbed around this place like an untethered balloon. Who knows where he left those documents?
Like they're not wearing a shirt.
You'll just have to
Oh,
hunt them
his,
down.
yeah, the shirt is
And
very,
FYI, Senor Del Rio has been
close to his skin
extremely
tone.
touchy about this monolith loan, so try not to keep him waiting.
I'd bet money that this voice actor is also the voice actor that voiced Brady Armstrong in the last
I'm
game.
not sure how to go about rearranging those exhibit narrations.
It's really quite simple. Check out the Convermatic auto narrator in shipping and receiving. You'll need some headphones. First determine which of the exhibits in the main hall could rightly be called Exhibit A. Change Exhibit A's narration number until you're seeing what you're hearing, or hearing what you're
Feels
seeing.
like a lot of work, sir.
And it's all downhill from there.
Did you know the deputy curator who was here before me?
Hurricane Sunny? I'm afraid I did.
Hurricane Sunny.
If he wasn't losing paperwork or setting off the fire alarm, he was cornering our visitors with his theory that the Maya were abducted by aliens. I'm afraid you'll be cleaning up his messes for a while.
I'm supposed to order more packing supplies, but
Great.
the company says they won't do business with us anymore. Does Beach Hill have bills it can't pay?
No comment.
I need a comment, Henrik.
Henrik, how am I supposed
I
to
do
get
like how
this
the mask is
order
keeping
taken
them from
care of?
having to animate
I
his
hereby
face that
absolve
much.
you of that task. If Joanna wants things shipped, she can stuff
They're
them
working
into
smart, not
Gobstones
hard
for
at,
all I
at Her Interactive.
I'm curious about your work. How do you go about translating a glyph anyway?
It can be a complicated process, involving research, piecing lots of different elements together, and a healthy dose of guesswork.
So there isn't a definitive dictionary of Maya glyphs where you can look things up?
Oh, I'm afraid not. You see, glyphs are so intricate and full of subtleties that multiple meanings may be embedded in a single glyph. So 3 distinct-looking glyphs may all translate to mean sunshine, roughly, but with different nuances.
Sorry, that pen
There's
clicking is
so
going to drive
much we
everybody nuts.
Still don't know. Lucky for me, I guess, or I'd be out of a job.
What is the SpectroX Archeo Analyzer for?
It's used for identifying chemical compounds that are found on artifacts, traces of ink, blood, charcoal, and other
Oh,
substances.
blood.
The beauty of the machine is that it can collect these traces without damaging the artifact in any way. But it cost us a fortune, so don't fiddle with it unless you get Joanna's permission.
Joanna turned me loose without too many instructions. Do you have any advice for me?
Well, as you've probably heard, the museum is closed in preparation for the exhibit, so you'll have free run of the place. Please explore. The sooner you get to know your way around, the better. Think of the lab as your home base, your center of communications. Anyone who wants to get in touch with you will leave a note or a voicemail here, so check in often.
Okay.
I'm very busy
I can
with
do
my
that.
work, so you're going to have to be pretty independent, but I suspect you wouldn't have it any other way.
I sure wouldn't.
See you around.
Nancy doesn't need no babysitter. Alright, what's up?
I need to find another piece.
Okay, I'm missing a piece of pottery. Tahoe Canyon Cultural Center. Can I just look around at his desk? I'm just snooping at his desk and he's right there. He doesn't give a shit. Okay. CGI slowly improving. Yes, that's why I love playing these games in order. Because you get to see the slow progression. It's just really nice.
I shouldn't be messing around with this without permission.
Yeah, I figured something would get me stuck.
It's locked.
It's locked. It's locked. Yeah, welcome everybody who's just joining to Nancy Drew, Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Game number 6 in the Nancy Drew series. You're chilling out with Nancy while she works as a deputy museum curator. I don't have the code for this. Okay. This game has the most hefty puzzles that we've seen so far in the series, which so far we've had very light puzzles in the games before it. So that's not really a huge deal, but yeah. It means that Nancy doesn't wear gloves while snooping around, leaving her fingerprints everywhere. Right? Maybe she is wearing gloves. I mean, technically we don't know. Maybe she's just always wearing gloves. Alright, I have a floppy disk because it is 2002, and that's the other shard of pottery. Can I just say, the shard of very expensive, irreplaceable Mayan pottery was just in this guy's box of stuff from his desk. Also, he's really into tabloids. So, I guess we can't do worse at our job than the guy who came before us, but the guy who came before us does seem like a pretty fun guy to be around. He does it in the movies. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Nancy might just be living dangerously on the edge. Alright, here's the recording narration system that we're gonna have to reorder. Let me get a couple of easy puzzles out of the way first. Before I start doing some of the longer puzzles.
There. Now I can start putting this together.
Okay, so this is just like a 3D assembly puzzle. That doesn't go there. This goes there. And you just put the pieces in, and you rotate it, and you put the other pieces in. And it's very simple. What now? The song Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga is stuck in my head. Well, there's a character named Alejandro, so be prepared for other Lady Gaga songs to be stuck in your head. Alright, so that's done. And now we have an assembled piece of pottery. So we did a thing. Alright, so whoops. Let me go back here. Well, actually, before I go back, let me come over here. This place is very expansive, and I haven't looked at everything yet. This is the... not outside, but it's supposed to emulate outside. That's something for the numbering puzzle that I'm gonna have to do later. See, I could be looking at all these exhibits, but I'm about to have to do a really long puzzle where I just scope out this whole place, so I'm gonna save that for then.
Looks like this side is missing a part.
It does look like it. I hear people walking up behind me. Who's there?
Nancy
Oh,
Drew,
hi.
Or should I say, Detective Drew. I'm Sinclair.
Hi. Nice to meet you. You have a very fancy
Who
tie.
told you I was a detective?
I was at a meeting with the BOD recently.
Reminds me of the graveyard in
Equipment
Luigi's Mansion. I
and
see
your
it.
Credentials. Very impressive, if I do say so myself.
The BOD?
That would be the board of directors, those cranky old cats. They do keep the ducks squared away around here, I'll give them that. So, how's this for a specimen? Ever seen $1 million worth of rock before?
Do diamonds count?
Ouch.
Yep.
Well, they did say you were sharp. Seriously, though, thank goodness you're here.
Oh, that's really cool, Patrick. I love that. By the way, Nancy's not just being cocky. We really did find several $1 million in diamonds a couple games ago.
What kind of jeopardy?
Joanna told me to butt out, but
I
I'm
assume
so
not
fond
the
of Beach
super
Hill,
fun
I just hate to see
televised
Paul play the
kind.
Scoundrels.
What scoundrels?
It's a sensitive subject. Meet me in my office later and I'll explain everything then.
Where's your office?
707 Bing Cherry Boulevard. I've got to go.
Bing
Enjoy
Cherry
your first day at
Boulevard.
Beach Hill.
That's delightful. Nancy should have kept the diamonds. That's correct. I'm gonna save my game here. And for anybody wondering, this game takes place in Washington, D.C. That's where the museum is located. Alright. Doors are very loud in this game. Alright, we sorted out the shards of pottery. Alright, let's go bring this thing to Alejandro. Maybe this guy will be our new Jeff. We do need a new Jeff, for sure. Let's see. If I'm remembering correctly, there's another... Yes, I can. Alright, so that's the other piece from the numbering system, which is a puzzle that we're going to have to do, and it's going to be a big headache, but at least we have the pieces that we need.
Topeka Commission for the Arts. That's the organization Prudence Rutherford works for.
Yep, we're going to talk to Prudence Rutherford later. She's very important. Oof, alright.
The knob is missing.
We'll put it there, Nancy. We have it. Alright, we're gonna steal some headphones. We're gonna steal some... There we go. We grab some headphones. That'll help us solve the other puzzle that we have to do. And let's see. Where... Oh, the super secret important document that we need to bring to the guy, it's this. Sunny June folded it into a paper airplane and just left it in the corner to collect
I
dust.
better deliver this to Alejandro right away.
But, you know, let's deliver it. Alright, let's see. Here's Nancy's hotel, here's the museum, there's Taylor's office, the Mexican consulate. First Jeff, Ralph, Dexter, then Nick, who will be next. I don't know. We haven't met Alejandro yet. Let's see. I personally think Alejandro is a great character.
How may I help you?
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew, the new deputy curator over at Beach Hill.
So, you're Joanna Riggs' newest pirate in training. How does it feel to join the ranks with the modern-day conquistadors?
I beg your pardon, but how does a deputy curator become a pirate in your book?
You had better brush up on your history, young lady. When the Spanish explorers invaded Mexico, they became known as the conquistadors, or conquerors. They robbed the indigenous peoples of their wealth, not just their gold, but their artwork, their sacred objects. Anything they did not steal, they burned to the ground.
Facts, unfortunately.
Alejandro, I understand that many crimes were committed in the name of exploration, but that was hundreds of years ago. What does this have to do with Beach Hill?
There is more. In the 19th century, archaeologists discovered the ruins of ancient civilizations predating even the Aztecs.
There's an interactive
Many
Harry
of the
Potter
dig
DVD
sites were
game.
robbed, and the stolen artifacts were sold off to art museums and collectors around the world. Today, finally, it is illegal among most civilized nations to remove an artifact from its native country. But sadly, there are thousands of precious antiquities with highly questionable provenance floating around the Western world.
Yeah, so Alejandro is just like straight up calling out the museum for just appropriating stuff from countries that are not their country
Joanna
and making money off of
display
it.
this artwork to celebrate it, so the public will be able to enjoy it and learn about your people's great talents and achievements.
If the American public wants to see our art, they should come to Mexico.
What do you mean by questionable provenance?
An artifact's provenance is the story of its origin and ownership. For example, how it made its way from a temple at Chichen Itza to a museum in Washington, D.C. If the artifact's provenance reveals that it has been stolen, then that artifact must be returned to the country of its origin.
Then the relics at Beach Hill must all be legitimate, right?
No, not at all.
Forged documents are a
often
thing,
tampered
Nancy.
with or forged to cover up the theft. Because of this, thefts continue and a great deal of art is moved on the black market, even today. Unethical art dealers and greedy museum curators do nothing to stop this.
Yeah, he's right. He's 100% right.
Are you suggesting Beach Hill is involved in these kinds of misdealings?
If Joanna Riggs or that overstuffed pillowhead Sinclair had any decency, they would take measures to see that all Maya artifacts were returned to Mexico at once where they belong.
And what if these measures are not taken?
My country
Salt
will have
Mountain.
its due, Nancy, even if I have to begin reclaiming its artifacts with my own two
We're on to
hands.
game number 6.
I see. Well, I should probably get going. Here are the changes to the loan agreement for the
Let's see how many Lady Gaga songs can be referenced by the end of this game. Alright, so I'll bring him to this.
Thank you. I have some business with Joanna at the museum later, so I will return the contract.
They still feel
to her then,
disrespected by the
after I
fact
have
that it was a
looked it over.
paper airplane. I didn't make it into a paper airplane.
Are you sure? I don't mind waiting.
You may consider your mission accomplished.
Well, okay then.
Goodbye.
Alright. That is Alejandro. Yeah, I never knew that there were Harry Potter DVD games. That's hilarious. Let's go see Taylor Sinclair. Figure out what all the fuss is about.
Time. Oh, my fears are like maggots infesting my poor old carcass.
He's got such a way with words.
Oaxaca.
Thanks, but I'm trying to cut back. Now, what's going on?
The art world is being ransacked, Nancy. Prudence Rutherford, a major patron of the arts, had her
I've heard of the name, yes.
stolen from her villa in Topeka. 2 weeks later, a whole display case full of rare Maya artifacts was heisted from a museum in New Mexico.
Well, that
Do you
sounds
think there's a
serious.
connection between the two thefts?
Who knows? I'm just telling you, this community, our friends and colleagues, My people are being systematically trounced by thugs! Who's to say Beach Hill won't be next? You've got to do something!
Does Joanna share your concerns?
I've urged Joanna to approach the board about making some security upgrades, but she just keeps saying that the timing isn't right to ask for money.
I understand your concern, but what can I do to help?
We need your eagle eyes. We need your bat ears. We need you to sniff out the stink of trouble.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I'm just a detective, you know. I'm not bionic.
Don't play modest mouse with me.
Yeah, Nancy, you're totally a superhero. Look into that. I never knew that was a thing.
Okay, no more flattery. Hey, that's an interesting piece. There, by your desk. Something tells me it's not
He does know
a
what's
Maya
up.
artifact.
How about that rubber shark? The artist's name is Poppy.
Oh, thank
Dada.
you.
She's a teenager in
I
South
appreciate that.
Dakota.
I'm glad you're
The
here.
art world is going bananas over her stuff. I'll unload that one for some serious dinero.
Is Poppy Dada her real name?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Joanna
It is a
says
cool
you
name, though.
performed an act of wizardry in helping Beach Hill acquire the Pakal carving.
Getting those provenance docs together was a pig and a half. Oh, they're on the up and up, I assure you. But to have been at the height of my career back before the crackdown, those were the days.
What crackdown?
Maybe sometime I'll tell you a sad story I call How Mexico Lost Its Sense of Humor. Not today, though, Nancy.
Special features of the Harry Potter DVDs. I'll think about it. That could be interesting.
A modern-day conquistador.
I've thought about doing videos about behind the scenes stuff of
And I
like
say
classic
Alejandro
movies.
is the real bully of the playground. A lunch money extortionist who loves nothing more than to see the other boys and girls go hungry.
When you sell a piece of art, what kind of commission do you get?
Standard, 10%. It's no king's ransom, unless of course you sell something for $1 million. Too bad I'm not allowed to put that monolith on the market, huh?
I'd better get going.
Yeah, that's
See you
too bad. Slowly wheels Monolith out of the museum. Just kidding. Alright, let's go back to Beach Hill. Actually, no, I changed my mind. We're gonna go to Nancy's
Good
hotel
thing
for a
Franklin
second.
gave me the museum key.
Not getting caught by Snape and then playing Quidditch sounds like fun. Once we play through this series once, I'll have to play something else. Or we inevitably want to come back to the Nancy Drew series and play through them all over again. Please answer... Sunny? Whoops. Oh, I remember this. His password is Coco Kringle. Alright, stuff to do, stuff to remember, stuff to forget, stuff to work on. Stuff to do. Alright, so here's some stuff that's going to help us with the narration. I'm going to just jot this down real quick. B goes with 8. E goes with 1. F6. H15. I3. I just feel like we're playing bingo. K12. L4. M2. N10. Not Ben 10, the cartoon. N10. And O11. As in Ocean's 11. Oh, that does sound terrifying. Yeah. Bingo. Does anybody have bingo? That's a stream. It's just sitting and playing bingo. I think that would actually not be a pretty horrible stream. We'll have to, like, devise something to play bingo on. Okay. Yeah, the guy, if you've ever been to the ride at Universal, the actor who plays Salazar Slytherin when the paintings come to life is... He embodies that character very well. Alright, 0 looks like a turtle shell. This is another thing for another puzzle, so I'm just gonna jot down some notes real quick so that I can hopefully solve the puzzle. Basically, this puzzle is gonna have to do with knowing the Mayan numbering system. Something most of us don't know off the top of our head, I guess. Bars are 5, dots are 1. Hang on. The way that he describes how some of these things look, I'm like, okay, dude, I know it makes sense in your brain, but I'm trying to picture it. And Bingo was his name. Oh. 3 looks like a doctor. Okay. 4 has a tongue sticking out. 6 has an eye patch. Wait, where's 5? 5 has wrinkles and a fancy hat. Thanks, Sunny, for doing some of the legwork for me. You might not be that bad. Seven has rectangular glasses. 8 has a curly forehead? Ornament. Okay, I didn't read the... Okay. Curly forehead guy. 9. 10 looks like death. Okay, that's descriptive, I guess. Oh, that's so cute, Patrick. Is this the niece that's obsessed with Nancy Drew right now? Because that's adorable. He doesn't know what 12 is. 13. T. Forehead. Oh, little sister cuties. Sorry, I'm taking notes over here because I'm gonna have to remember all of this, and I'm not gonna be able to, like, unless I want to, like, watch, like, come back and forth on the subway, I'm gonna have to write it down because I'm gonna basically be given a big puzzle, and I'm gonna have to order all these numbers, and so these notes are going to be very, very important. Okay. This is the first game where the notepads get very important. Okay. So here we are. After about 13,000 minutes. This is something for temple quizzes, which we're going to do later. I can come back for that. And this is something for later. I'll come back to that. Oh. Oh, she's terrified. I can see it. There's a lot of scary things in these games, especially if you're little. Well, let's call a friend. Owen, Bess, and George, which I forgot to do in the last game, by the way.
Hello?
Hey, Bess, it's me, Nancy. What's new?
It's pouring rain. George and I are in the middle of a heated game of Go Fish.
Rain.
I'm winning. Don't believe a word she says, Nancy. Last hand, I made mincemeat out of her. Anyway, we don't want to make you homesick. How's the internship going?
So far, so good. There's a lot of excitement about the upcoming exhibit, especially since we have the Palenque monolith.
The who?
The monolith. It's a giant block of stone recently excavated from a cave near Palenque in Mexico. Apparently, it's a very big deal. They think it's 1,500 years old.
So, have you seen it? This, monolith?
Yeah, it's humongous. Must weigh a ton.
Like how big?
A heated game of Go Fish.
A refrigerator?
Maybe Bigfoot's refrigerator.
Sorry, Nancy, but
Friendship
how on earth
ending
can tell this
potentially
monolith
game
apart
of Go
from, say,
Fish.
some other big rock.
Well, for one thing, it has Maya glyphs carved into it.
Glyphs?
Pictures that represent words or ideas, also known as logographs. Joanna says the glyphs might be a message from King Pakal.
What kind of message?
We don't know yet. Henrik Vanderheun, Beach Hill's epigrapher, is working on a translation.
Who was King Pakal?
He's considered one of the great Maya rulers. He reigned at the height of the Maya civilization.
Well, Nancy, you're sounding very curatorial.
Very curatorial indeed. We've been worried that you would be a little bored without a mystery to solve, but it sounds like your brain will have plenty to chew on.
The whole Maya culture is a
Something
mystery
tells
to
me
at
there's
the
going to be a
moment.
mystery to
The
solve.
last thing I'm going to be is bored. I'm sure of that.
Speaking of kings, this card game's not over yet, Bess.
Yes, well, I hope you've got plenty of bait for your fishing pole, dear cousin.
Okay, you two. I'll call back later.
Call back soon.
Yeah, and good luck.
All right. They can't talk about gambling in the Nancy Drew-niverse. They had to say it was Go Fish. Can I look in my bag? No, it's just okay. That's fine. I don't need to. All right, let's go solve some longer puzzles. Oh, it's the middle of the night. All right. Anyway, I can still solve a puzzle. Let's see. Let's do this one first because it's a pain in the ass. Okay, so this is why I was taking a bunch of notes. So you've got to figure out the Maya numbering system 1 through 19 and make sure it's ordered correctly, because if people come to the exhibit and it's not ordered correctly, it's going to be super annoying. So this is 0, this is 1. Yep. See, this is 15, 16, this is 7. Nope, 7's already in place. This is 11, that's already in place as well. This is 12, so this goes here. Nope, wrong. Goes here. There you go. This is 10. This is 4. Oh, you okay? I got it. I'm caught up. 15 is in place. 18 is in place. Okay, some of these are in place. I can't complain too much. The 8. Should be 14. Uh, 5, 10, 15. Okay. Let's see. What am I missing? 17 goes there. Let's see. This is one of the reasons why this game is such a pain in the ass. It just takes forever. Alright, let's see. 3 looks like a doctor. I guess that's 3 then. My notes just say 4 has his tongue. Goes here, that's 13. This is 16.
That looks right.
I did it! 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 Some check for 7 years. Remote control broke! Oh no! I hate that! Did it! I don't think anybody understands how much grief this puzzle has given me in the past. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Now that that's done... What? Oh, shit. Thanks, Salt Mountain.
Beach Hill's been hit. Sit tight, Nancy. The police are on their way.
All right. All right, there's been a robbery. Everybody stay calm. The Dora Explorer We Did It song. Oh, dear.
I should talk to Joanna before I touch anything.
There's been a crime, everybody.
It's locked. It's locked.
Locked? Oh, is it still nighttime? Game! On. The game forgot to only let something important happen in the beginning of the day. Or later in the day, I mean, when people are there. Can we, after the We Did It song, cue the Swipe or No Swiping in honor of the Pakal carving being stolen?
Someone has cooked up my worst nightmare and served it to me on a plate.
I'm sorry about the theft, Joanna. It must be a terrible loss for the museum.
That's the understatement of the year.
Did the police find any clues around the display case?
The police took some samples for the crime lab, but they couldn't promise any overnight results. So if you want to put your little magnifying glass up to the scene, it's fine with me.
Great. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Go to it.
Cameron, I thought the same thing. It always makes me think of Michael. Stay calm! Stay fucking calm! You have permission now to look at the evidence. This was left behind as a calling card. So we can experiment. Or not experiment, we can run some tests. Swipe or no swiping. Swiper definitely... Oh, Henrik's gone. Would rob a bank. 100% I would not put it past him. Or a museum. Yes, this is the Scarlet Hand, or one of them, title drop.
I shouldn't be messing around with this without permission.
Oh, okay, well, I guess I have to go ask for secondary permission. Can cross a couple things off my list, though.
Better check to see if I'm done with that.
Alright, missing one thing. What's this? Nancy, something's come up and I'll be gone for a bit. Your mission in the meantime, run through the temple activities to verify that all the questions can be answered based on info available elsewhere in the museum. We don't want a little rascal rebellion on our hands when the exhibit opens, now do we? Be back ASAP, thanks, Henrik. Okay. Aw, I like Henrik. Red herring. Red herring handprint. Red herring.
Need something?
I'm not sure what to do with those exhibit narrations.
Henrik can help you with that.
Why did you become a museum curator?
I became a curator because I want to help make artifacts available to as many people as possible.
Scarlet herring.
That's all that matters, isn't it? Unless you're Alejandro Del Rio.
Have you seen Henrik? I found a piece of paper inside the Pakal display case. It had some glyphs on it and a print of a red hand. I'm hoping he can give me a translation.
What am I, fish food? Henrik's not the only one around here who can...
Okay, but you've been name-dropping Henrik for everything.
Sorry, Joanna. I thought I was
hey, Jay, thank you.
With all my glyph
Welcome.
questions.
The police showed me the note. It said, "The magician suffers yellow death," whatever that means. Apparently, the thief just couldn't come up with the glyphs for "the curator suffers flaming purple disgrace."
I'm curious about the red handprint the thief left. Does it have any significance in Maya culture?
Afraid I can't help you there. What I want to know is what the hand was printed with.
If Scott Manville ever sees this channel, I'm gonna just be so honored.
The theft. Where do you think he could be?
Who knows?
I wonder about that. If anybody who ever works on any of the things that I actually cover will ever see the videos, and I'm just like, I hope they like it. Not that they'll ever see it, but if they do, I hope they like it. Alright. We're doing a chemical analysis.
Okay, I've got a graph of the chemical used for the handprint. Now I've got to match it up with a known substance.
That's right, he was on Full House. I totally forgot about that. Right? So you match. Once we have a match, we hit match.
That's it.
HGS. Alright. The chemical compound is HGS. We gotta figure out what that is. Doing some high-tech sleuthing here.
According to this chart, HG stands for mercury.
Right? What about S? What is S? Sulfur?
S stands for sulfur.
Yep, I was right.
So the handprint was made from mercury and sulfur.
Alright. Let's go figure out what mercury and sulfur make. Joanna might know.
Need something?
I did the chemical analysis you suggested. That red hand was printed with a compound containing mercury and sulfur. Does that mean anything to you?
Sure, cinnabar. The Maya would rub it into their most important carvings to add definition to the artist's lines.
Where would a person get a supply of cinnabar?
We use cinnabar here at the museum the same way the Maya did, to keep things as authentic as possible. Henrik orders those kinds of supplies, but we've been out of stock for quite a while. The last I heard, there was some kind of holdup with the distributor.
Bless Full
When did
House.
Henrik come on board?
I got an email from him one day saying he heard the news about Beach Hill getting the monolith. He said he'd drop everything to come here and translate those glyphs, He was even willing to take a pay cut. What could I say except giddy up? You're hired.
Where was he working before?
At the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center in New Mexico.
Hey, we found the business card for that.
Alejandro would go to extreme measures, like stealing, to reclaim Mexico's artifacts?
Who knows?
I've got work to do.
Bye.
Alright. Oh, she's just like, you think this random person would commit a crime? Oh, maybe. Okay, bye! Alright. Let's go work on that audio narration thingy. Didn't, what's his name who voiced Aladdin? Wasn't he also one of the boyfriends on Full House? I think I remember that. Alright, so we know B is 8. Alright, so these are these the ones that... B is 1. So it looks like, okay. So it looks like, Sunny has, done a bunch of these for us. C, D, E, F, H, I. Okay, so he's crossed off a few off the list for us, so that's nice of him. Yep, he played Steve. There isn't like that French guy from the other game. Yeah. I like Alejandro. Alright, so... Here. We're gonna need to... Like, we need to figure out what narration A is going to be, because that's not on Sunny's list of things that he managed to fix. So, where is Exhibit A? Over here in the first little thing. Well, first little thingy. Alright. So this puzzle just takes a hot second, because you've got to... Now that you know where A is, we're going to go out here. And we got to go down here to where we now know it is. And then we listen.
It's locked. The Maya used different methods to represent numbers. Here is an example of the numbers from 0 to 19.
Okay, see, this is supposed to be telling me about the ham radio.
Some numbers are represented with bars and dots, and some...
and it's not. It's telling me about the Mayan numbering system. So I need to now go over here to where A is. Exhibit A is wherever I feel it in my heart.
In addition to adorning themselves,
the Maya ball game was
ritualized blood.
Whoa, okay.
Miniature gods clinging to the date
interesting things to learn about in this museum.
Supernatural creature. The Maya kings were often inapproachable.
I am Lord Picard. Lady Zach Cook. The Maya were pantheistic.
Ceramic bowls such as
where the hell is it?
archaeologists work in some of the most remote areas of the world.
Yep, here we go.
Ham radios are
So now it
often
sounds
the only means of
ritualized bloodletting. I know, I want to learn more about that.
An acronym for handheld amateur radio.
The exhibits were the friends we made along the way. Did Nancy's voice change? No. That's the voice of the this. I think. Unless I missed something. I think it's like it's an audio narration. That's what we're hearing. Alright, so now we need to go find thing number C. Or not number C, letter C. And we do this process again. Where is C? Right, C is here. So yeah, this puzzle's not very hard, it just takes a hot second, because you gotta go back and forth, and it's annoying. Yeah, sorry, I'm very skilled with my words. especially when I'm live. Oops. Battery is running low. Hang on, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. I know my battery's running low. Don't know why. Oh, I got unplugged, that's why. Okay. I'm back, guys. How is everybody? Yes, I did. And I didn't get dumped out of the game. Okay, that scared me. I thought I had lost my whole game. Oh, God. Number C followed by the letter 3, yes. I saved it. Alrighty. We're good. Crisis averted. Today is just one of those days, apparently. Today is just one of those days where it's like, hey, everything is gonna go wrong today, and we're just gonna live with it. It's just gonna be fine. It's gonna build character for all of us. It's not... okay. So now we're looking for number C, as we all know. Wasn't it supposed to be right here? Like on this side? Didn't it just say... Here, let me go back. I think in the rush of adrenaline thinking that I was going to lose my whole game. I think I must have forgotten. Hang on. Oh, it's here. It's that thing. Okay, I was just wrong.
Archaeologists work in some of the most remote areas of the world. Ham radios are often the only means of contacting the outside world.
Bicephalic altar.
Ham is an acronym for handheld amateur radio. Archaeologists work in some of the most...
Alright. So that's what it needs to be on number... I'm just gonna keep calling it number C now. Game is uniting us all. You know, it's like one of those things where it's like, today is just one of those days. The stream was unlisted when I started, and then I restarted the first 10 minutes of the game, and then the battery almost died. It's like, you know what? Today's just gonna be a day.
Although the geographic range of Maya...
Nope.
The Maya used different...
Nope.
Maya scribes...
Nope.
In addition to adorning themselves with...
Nope.
The Maya ball game was a
ritualized bloodletting was a common
Ritualized
practice
bloodletting.
among Maya. In this panel, 3 captives wear...
Nope.
The 4 miniature gods clinging to the vision serpent are the headband twins. The date on this slab uses the soulkin.
Strange supernatural creatures, sometimes called...
Yeah, here we go.
monsters,
Alright, so that one's done. Alrighty. Coca-Cola. You know, I actually was at the Coca-Cola, the World of Coke recently, and I got a little plushie of the famous Coca-Cola Unity van, and it's very adorable. And I want to find somewhere to put it in this room because it's super pretty. All right. D is back here. Oh, that's the... I know that that's the numbering system without even looking at it, because we just solved that puzzle. Let's save ourselves that trip.
Strange. The Maya kings were often...
I am Lord Pakal.
I am Lord Pakal.
The Maya were
ceramic bowls. Archaeologists work in...
Although the geographic...
The Maya used different methods
There
to
we go.
represent...
Okay. Ceramic bowls. Yeah, the numbering, listening to the recordings are absolutely hilarious if you've got the time. Let's see. E is already done. F is good. G. I don't think Sunny fixed G yet. I am Lord Pakal. Pakal, most feared of the poultry. I hated New Coke, but then when Stranger Things came out, everyone wanted it. Yeah, I remember New Coke was before my time, but my parents are like, oh yeah, no one liked New Coke. There's even like a little thing at the World of Coke that it's like, yeah, we fucked up. Everybody hated us for this. G is over there. You see what I mean with this puzzle? Like, it's designed to, like, I guess get you really familiar with the museum, but it's designed to make you just roam around and around and around, and it's just, ugh. Yeah, that was back in the 80s, I'm pretty sure. It was before
the date on this
many people's time.
Uses the Tzolk'in, or divine calendar, made up of 20 weeks each with a
body shaping. Okay, this needs to be about body shaping.
Strange super... The Maya kings were off...
I am Lord Lady Zack. The Maya were...
You would think that I would know what they all were at this point.
Bowls, such as archaeologists work...
Oh.
Although the geographic range of...
The Maya used different methods.
Maya scribes...
In addition to adorning themselves with
there we go. Okay. H is done. I is done. J is not done. Yeah, I don't know why Nancy can't just take the book with us. It tasted like Pepsi, but blech. Got it. Interesting. Yeah, I was born in 96, so I've only heard stories of New Coke. Where's Jay? I know, why can't Nancy take the book? Why do I have to keep coming back? It's a portable book. Where's Jay? Jay is right on the end of the outside part. From my dog Milo, who just stepped on the keyboard. Hi, Milo. Be a good boy. What kind of dog is Milo? My dog is a giant 100-pound shepherd retriever mix, and I love him dearly, but he is gigantic. And if he stepped on my keyboard, he'd break it.
In addition to adorning themselves with jewelry and
British
costumes,
Explorer
the Maya
discovered this
shaped their bodies
piece.
to heighten
Blinkgate
its beauty.
Temple, Zulkin Gate.
Beads were
Okay.
dangled in front of infants' faces to encourage crossed.
Oh, Doberman mix. So cute.
In addition to adorning,
The Maya ball game was a
ritualized bloodletting was a common practice.
I want to know
The
what
four miniature
thing
gods
is about.
clinging to the vision serpent are the headband twins, Hun Ahau and Balam, and the twins of sacrificial dance,
There, that
Chok,
looks like it's
Shib,
in order.
Chok.
Oh, I
and the
fixed
baby
it. I
jaguar.
don't know what I did, but I
The
did
Maya
something.
were particularly fascinated
I
with
finished it.
twins, and many of the Maya gods were paired together.
Oh, we're just still listening to it until it's done. Okay. Solve the puzzle. Cool. Alright, now let's do this. Let's start going through the temple exhibit. Or actually, no. I know what I can do. I will do a video about Road to El Dorado for sure. Peter Barker, I love that. That's adorable. Alright, we're gonna do a sleuthing thing now. Keep It Real Restoration. We're gonna call 555-6766.
You have voicemail.
Oh, hang on.
Nancy, hi. It's Franklin Rose.
Hi.
I'm calling because it's just... This theft is very bad news for the museum. You can't imagine the limb we went out on to acquire that Pakal carving. It's been one of the museum's main attractions. I don't want to take you away from your internship, but if you can do a little investigating, well, I think I speak for the whole board when I say we'd be very grateful. Give me a call when you have a chance. And Nancy, thanks.
To replay
Alright,
messages,
so hang on. Let me call Franklin Rose. And then call and do some sleuthing. But yes, it's a very good movie. I need to do a video about that.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call? This is Nancy Drew, calling for Franklin Rose, please. Just a minute, please.
Nancy, hello. Do you have any
Welcome
news?
to the live stream. Thank you for being here.
Not really, but something tells me this case is going to get complicated.
Oh, Nancy, you zero in on
Oh.
a case like a heat-seeking missile, don't you? I feel so much better knowing you're going to follow up on every lead. I'll help in any way I can.
Thanks, Mr. Rose.
That's what I'm here for.
Alright, now let's call Keep It
you
Real.
have no voicemail.
Keep it real. Max speaking.
Hi, do you sell a compound of mercury and sulfur?
Mercuric sulfide? Oh, we sure do. How much do you need? First things first. What account's this for?
Actually, I didn't call
Kid,
to
solve this
place
mystery,
an order.
please. It'll look
I
good
just
for your
need some
resume and credit.
information on
Exactly.
Beach Hill's ordering history.
Well, hello there, Beach Hill.
Yes, I should do a video about Lemonade Mal.
Honey June. Whatever happened to that guy? I suppose he caught a ride on a flying saucer, huh? What a riot. I'm sorry. Anyway, you don't need to reorder, do you? Unless you ate last week's shipment for breakfast, that is.
You're sure it was last week?
Well, that's what it says here.
Do you know who placed that order?
The initials on the order are JR.
Was the
Joanna
package
Riggs,
shipped to
maybe?
the museum?
Oh? Oops, I guess we didn't ship it at all. It looks like the package was picked up here at the warehouse.
So there hasn't been a holdup at the distributor or anything like that?
Hold up. Oh, I don't know where you heard that. We've got enough mercuric sulfide in-house to sink a ship.
Can you remember anything about the person who picked up the
I love the
package?
rap part of Determinate.
I sure can't. Guess I must have been at
One of
lunch or
those why
something.
do I remember this whole thing
Well,
thing.
Thanks for your help.
Sure thing. I hope there wasn't any problem with the stuff, was there? We only use the top-grade mercuric sulfide.
Judging by the impression it left, I'd have to agree that the quality was fine.
Well, you sound a little green in the chemicals department, if you don't mind my saying so. I hope you know that mercuric sulfide is highly toxic. Makes you crazy.
Toxic?
Oh, looks like I've got another call coming in here. You give us a call in about 4 months or so when you start to run out, okie doke? And don't forget to keep it real.
So Joanna's initials were on the shipment of mercuric sulfide, which made the red handprint very suspicious. Makes you crazy, eh? Yeah, he's just like, oh, by the way, this thing is super toxic. And she's like, huh? Let's go talk to everybody about the break-in.
Hello, Nancy.
Why did Mexico choose to lend the monolith to Beach Hill and not some other museum?
Johanna Riggs outbid everyone. I had no idea a small museum
He's gonna go to jail.
could afford such an expensive arrangement.
Do you know much about Maya glyphs?
You've got me there. I know Spanish, English, Portuguese, several indigenous languages, including Quiche and Nahuatl, but I have yet to learn the language of glyphs.
Oh, he speaks Portuguese.
The Bacal carving was stolen from the museum.
Well, I heard the alarms going off, but it wasn't until Henry called me that I heard the news.
You don't sound very concerned about all of this.
I was running late. I just figured somebody tripped a wire and I kept going. Whew.
Oh, wait, for real? I thought you meant because, like, in the movie, they all go to jail.
I can ask you some questions.
I have diplomatic immunity,
no.
so I do not have to answer any questions. But I will, because I have nothing to hide.
Don't you care about the disappearance of such
Oh,
a
that's
rare
unfortunate.
artifact?
That artifact was
I was just like, oh, it's funny because all the characters go to jail at that one part.
Underground for a while
Gosh.
until he is sold again. Suddenly, he turns up in Amsterdam or Hong Kong. Unless he is rightfully repatriated to Mexico, what's the difference?
Do you consider Henrik a conquistador, along with Joanna Riggs and Sinclair?
Henrik is a student of my culture and my heritage. Not trying to buy and sell it. We don't agree on everything, especially not baseball, but I have nothing against him.
Do you know what cinnabar is?
The red powder that the Maya used? Sure, I know it. They use it at Beach Hill too, do they not?
Cinnabar was used to make the red handprint that was left at the scene of the Bacal theft.
What is your point?
I think Joanna may have been less than truthful with me.
Have you called the police?
I don't want to jump to conclusions.
Of course. Sister Joanna couldn't possibly be a thief now, could she?
I should get back to the museum.
Yes, you should.
I mean, he does kind of have a point, Nancy. It's very suspicious. But I guess Nancy's nervous to lose the only other person that's working at the museum with her currently. Well, we have Henrik, but he's nowhere to be found right now.
It's a fiasco, just as I feared. Oh, I'm sick about the whole thing.
Yes, your fears seem to have been quite visionary.
I was in the museum when it happened.
Have you spoken to the police?
I told them everything I know. I mean, I coughed up my brains right there on the table.
So,
what an image.
Do you think this is linked to the thefts in Topeka and New Mexico?
That awful red hand was left on Prudence Rutherford's jewelry box in Topeka, and on the display case in the museum in New Mexico. What's the chance they're not connected?
Do you know Prudence Rutherford personally?
Oh, we saw each other at functions now and then. Poor Prudence. She adored that necklace.
What's the name of the museum in New Mexico?
The Chaco Canyon Cultural Center. They had
Oh.
a beautiful collection.
So the place where Henrik used to work got robbed, and now the place where Henrik currently works got
Who do you
robbed.
think the thief is
Interesting.
leaving this red handprint?
To be a gruesome scoundrel?
The Bacal thief's glyph message translates to, "The magician suffers yellow death." What in the world do you think that means?
You've got me there.
I'd better get going.
Thanks for stopping
Very
by.
sus. Alright, let's go back and start doing the puzzle things. Whoop. Whoop. Oh my god! What the hell? Henrik! Oh no!
Henrik!
I mean, I'll call 911. You need 911.
Amnesia? Wow. Henrik must have taken a real nosedive off that pyramid.
That escalated so quickly.
Fell, Nancy? Or was he pushed? Sounds like you need to find out about hospital visiting hours.
Yeah, but you'd better get the lowdown from Joanna first.
George is right. She is your supervisor after all.
Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Let me call Bess and George back. So Henrik fell down and has amnesia now. That's very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate.
Cards, George. Hello?
Hey, Bess, it's me, Nancy.
Hey, Nancy. How's life at the museum?
Everything was going great until
What's the
someone
number
broke
for
into a
911?
display case and stole one of the museum's most
Someone call
valuable artifacts,
IXII.
a jade carving of King Pakal.
A theft? When? How?
Who are your suspects?
Do you have any clues?
Easy, ladies. Let's just say that so far, I have more questions than I do answers. But don't worry, I'm on the case.
There goes your low-key internship.
Honestly, Nancy, it never will cease to amaze me how one girl can cross paths with so much trouble.
I don't know what to make of Alejandro Del Rio, the attaché to the Mexican consulate.
What's his connection to Beach Hill?
Right now, he's negotiating the monolith loan agreement between Mexico and the museum.
And what's your confusion? Something to do with dashing good looks, I hope.
Well, he is a little bit handsome, but he also seems very angry about all the Mexican antiquities his country has lost over the years.
How have they been lost?
They've been taken by explorers and archaeologists and smugglers. I guess the laws have only recently changed to protect Mexico's rights to its own antiquities.
Well, it sounds like he has a legitimate gripe.
Yes, but I got the feeling he would do just about anything to get an artifact returned to Mexico.
What do you mean, anything?
That's what I'm not sure of.
Well, let's hope he's just a big talker and not a bona fide vigilante.
Taylor Sinclair and Alejandro Del Rio have both earned a place on my suspect list.
Why?
Both admitted to being in the building at the time when the alarm went off.
Did they act defensive about it?
Not really. They both act as though they have nothing to hide.
Do you think they could be working together?
Judging by Alejandro's opinion of Taylor, I highly doubt it. But then again, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, like in the 10th grade when Bess turned purple in the middle of her class presentation on greenhouse gases.
George, would you kindly put a sock in it?
Somehow, Joanna has gotten the museum into some financial hot water.
How'd she do that?
Yeah, and how hot's the water?
It's all very vague. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. I mean, maybe she just overextended the budget a little in her effort to acquire the best
Yes,
artifacts
Stranger
for the
Things.
museum.
Yay.
But even if her intentions were good,
She may be feeling a little desperate to make some money back quickly.
Desperate enough to steal the Pakal carving, sell it on the black market, and collect the insurance on it too?
I know she loves the museum. Who knows what she'd do if she were afraid of losing her job?
she's a suspect.
Definitely a suspect.
Why would the thief keep leaving that awful red handprint at every crime scene?
Talk about a creepy trademark.
Oh, I'm just glad I haven't seen it. With my sensitive psyche, that type of thing is like a 10-year warranty for nightmares.
Does it have
Maybe the
any
hand is in the
meaning
upside
for
down.
Maya
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
Well, somebody ought to know. You're surrounded by experts in Maya culture, for gosh sakes.
But maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. Maybe the thief just thinks it's glamorous.
Sure. I mean, who really wants anonymity after all? Thieves have to have style. Something to set them apart, right?
It's not just any old villain that gets a book deal these days.
I'll talk to you later, ladies.
We're rooting for ya.
Yeah, you're doing great.
You're doing amazing, sweetie. Alright. So let's go talk to Joanna. Oh, Joanna's gone. Okay. Fantastic. we're all alone. Nancy, the police called. They want me to go down to the station for further questioning. Oh, great. So I'm really, really alone.
You have voicemail. This message is for Nancy Drew. Hi, Nancy. This is Nurse Bluefoot calling from Eleanor Roosevelt Memorial Hospital in regards to Henrik Vanderheun.
Yeah, they're never gonna understand.
Since Mr. Vanderheun was admitted, he has repeated your name several times in states of semi-consciousness. As we've been unable to contact any of his family members, we're hoping you might be willing to act as Henrik's support person as he begins the difficult process of restoring his memory. Please call me as soon as possible to discuss this. My direct line is 202-555-4000. Thank you.
Nancy, it's Joanna. The police are done giving me the 3rd degree, but now the board has suspended me. To make a long story short, I'm forbidden to set foot in the museum. Could you please call Franklin Rose and try to reason with him? If we don't get a move on, this exhibit is going straight down the tubes.
To replay messages, press 0. Press 9 for an outside line.
Alright, well, let's call the hospital first.
This is Nurse Bluefoot.
Lost in Space. I've actually never seen it.
Nurse Bluefoot, this is Nancy Drew. You left me a message.
But there are some things from back in the day that I love, obviously. Like Twilight Zone.
Thank goodness. Oh, I'm so relieved. We've been unable to locate any family members, and we do like amnesia patients to have at least one personal support person when they begin reality orientation.
What's reality orientation?
Well, reality orientation is a kind of treatment that helps a patient get reacquainted.
It's okay, we'll have a VOD. Yeah, we're playing Nancy Drew Secret of the Scarlet Hand.
Actually lost his memory. It's just that his brain is injured in such a way that he can't access the place where the memories are stored.
I see. So we need to help him find the trail of crumbs. Is that it?
Exactly. First, we do repetitive memory exercises to help Henrik relearn the basic.
I love
facts,
Lucy.
like
Lucy's
his
show.
name
Here's
and
Lucy.
address,
Yes,
the name
Lucille
of
Ball
his
was great.
parakeet, if he has
I also
one,
like the Dick Van Dyke
date,
Show.
so on. Second, we try to stimulate Henrik's sensory memories in order to help trigger or find the way back to his cognitive memories.
Yep, those are both classics. Someone's been eating raspberry sauce. We don't know what why the red handprint is red yet.
Memories?
A sensory memory is like it sounds, something that is
It was made from mercury and sulfur.
recognized by sight or touch, smell or sound or what is that last one? Oh yes, taste.
Should I be concerned that the doctor doesn't know the 5 senses off the top of his head?
Intellectually. For example, how do you know the name of this planet? Somewhere along the way you learn that it's called Earth, and you just remember. But say you bump your head and forget the name of this planet. You don't know where in the solar system you're floating.
That would be most unfortunate.
Exactly. But then I show you a picture of our marvelous blue and green globe.
Oh, I should do a video on that, Patrick. Thank you.
Glorious sight
That would be really
Earth.
cool.
I live on the planet Earth. This is how a sensory memory can trigger a cognitive or intellectual one.
I still don't understand where I come in.
You can't help Henrik remember his childhood, but you can probably help him remember his work. And who knows where that will take him. All roads lead to Rome, as they say. One great tool is the Reality Orientation Board. This is a place to post information and pictures for the patient to look at over a period of time. You may want to bring in images or photos to place on the board. Things from the museum, perhaps.
I see. Well, I'll be happy to help in any way I can. When are visiting hours?
Visiting hours are 10 to 4 every day, if the patient is not engaged in treatment and if
Hey, Chris.
he seems stable.
Stable how?
Hope you have a fun day at work today.
Henrik's brain has been
Hope you're doing
knocked
good.
around like a peanut in its shell. He may have attention difficulties, headaches, anxiety. Sometimes he may seem giddy, too. We need to keep these conditions in check. Don't push him too hard, or he may have some kind of meltdown.
Thanks for the warning, Nurse Bluefoot.
Be well.
Alright, let's call Franklin Rose. Be like, hey, I'm a 19-year-old and I'm literally been left alone in charge of an entire museum.
How may I direct your call?
This is Nancy Drew, calling for Franklin Rose, please.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, you must be psychic. I was just getting ready to call you myself.
Oh, really? Why?
I feel I should apologize for the situation that's going on at the museum, dear. I really did think we were setting you up with a nice little internship, a breather from your casework, but instead it looks like we've fed you to the lions.
Well, in all my travels, I still haven't found a mystery-free zone, Mr. Rose.
Yeah, Nancy's kind of like Typhoid Mary. Everywhere she goes, chaos follows.
Apparently, Burkina Faso has become the cultural darling of West Africa. He must be having quite an adventure.
Like father, like
Free
daughter.
museums are always
Anyway,
great.
Mr. Rose, I'm calling about Joanna.
I think I know what you're going to say, Nancy. Let me be frank. Joanna
You are
Riggs
frank.
has been in the doghouse with the board for months.
Sorry.
Her thirst for acclaim has led her to gamble the future and the reputation of Beach Hill time and again. Now that we've lost the Bacall carving, one of our most notable pieces, well, she's just got to be stopped.
Don't you believe she's genuinely concerned about the welfare of the museum?
Good intentions are no substitute for integrity and sound judgment, Nancy. Look,
Fair.
I've got a client waiting, Nancy. What we need now is for you to take up the slack. I've spoken to the rest of the board, and we've agreed that the best thing is to put you in charge.
Oh, Mr. Rose,
Let me be
I'm
me.
not qualified to be a curator. I don't have the experience.
Maybe not, but you are the best qualified detective I know, which is just what we need right now. We're counting on you to catch this thief red-handed. Ha ha. Just kidding, kiddo. If you can get the Bacall back, we'll
It's painful.
see about giving Ms. Riggs another chance. That seems fair, doesn't it?
It's a deal, Mr. Rose.
Bye, kiddo.
Alright, so we're alone. Nancy discovers the secret behind McDonald's cartoons. Yeah, I need to do that last McDonald's cartoon soon. Thank you for reminding me. Alright, so we're on our own until we can solve this mystery. So we've got some stuff to do. Let's go to the hospital and visit poor Henrik.
You look familiar. Is it time for my snack?
Hi, Henrik. I'm Nancy. We met at Beach Hill before.
Yeah, who do we think did it? Who are we thinking? Nancy drew Ghost Dogs and Moonlight. Yes, game after this.
Beach Hill is a museum here in Washington, D.C. The curator.
Stay safe, Chris. Bye.
You were working there, and that's where your accident happened. Do you remember anything about the accident?
Joanna Riggs. Is that the woman who called to pick my brain for an access code?
Joanna
Interesting.
called? What did you tell her?
Where in my poor banged-up head would I be keeping access codes? I don't even remember my own birthday. So if you're here to squeeze me for details, you're wasting your time.
Do we think it was him? I mean, he did fall down the stairs, so it's a pretty good cover.
Be able to help you get your memory back more quickly.
How, pray tell?
I guess he could be working with one of them.
Intend to do that?
I'll visit, we'll talk, Sometimes I'll bring you pictures.
Pictures? Well, isn't this nice?
Come on, Henrik. You'll feel much better once things start coming back to you. I've got a picture with me if you'd like to give it a try.
Fine, I'll do it.
Great. These are Maya glyphs, like the ones you used to
We're showing him the red handprint.
You don't know how to read them anymore. I can tell you what they mean.
I know what they mean, dear. I wrote them.
I'm sure you have written them at one time or another in your career. So, what do you think this is all about? The magician suffers yellow death.
Your translator is sloppy. I should know. I am the author of the original work.
The author?
Huh.
What are you talking
Maybe he
about?
did do it, guys.
The first glyph is the fool, not the magician. Furthermore, any decent epigrapher knows those glyphs refer to the infamous plague of oozing hives. A fitting curse for a fool, don't you think? I rather like it.
Henrik, this note was found at a crime scene. Are you telling me you left it there?
I don't remember.
I'm investigating the theft of the Pakal carving. Please, Henrik, try to remember something.
Who in the world is Pakal? Oh, my head. Oh, the pressure. I can't take any more today, Nancy.
Okay, it's time for some memory therapy. Nancy,
Yeah, I'll definitely look into doing that video. Yeah, okay. So Henrik remembered being guilty of leaving the red handprint behind, and then just pieced out and was like, oh god, my head, and now we're
need a photo of the Pakal.
Now we're just left with that information.
Joanna took the official print for her insurance claim, but I have a couple extras. Here you go. Keep up the good work.
Take this picture to him and see if he remembers this.
Well, look who it is.
Ready to do some memory work, Henrik? I brought you a picture. This will help you to remember.
That face. He's as familiar as my own feet.
Do you know his name?
Pakal. Nancy, this is the stolen carving, isn't it?
Yeah, his thing says he's like in his 60s. And it's like, really?
I must have. But why? Oh, Pakal. What could I have meant by this?
If you're remembering correctly, this is a serious...
The animation's getting there, but it's still getting there, you know what I mean?
I can't remember.
Easy, Henrik. The answers are in your head. You just need to find them.
It's still in the museum.
Why would you break into the display case and steal the carving only to leave it in the museum?
To protect him. I had to protect him. Oh, Pakal. Something is going on at that museum, a devious plot. I was the only one who could stand in the way.
What kind of plot?
Forgive me, Nancy, but when I woke
He pulled a Nicolas Cage in National Treasure. He stole it so that other people couldn't steal it.
The only thing I can offer
That's basically what he just said.
It was found in one of my pockets when I was brought in.
Do you know what lock it belongs to?
I haven't a clue. Take the key now, Nancy. Find out what it opens and return to me, please, with some answers.
You can count on me, Henrik.
In the meantime, I'll sit with my friend Pakal and see if he will tell me anything new. You must keep this to yourself for now. It's your only hope of getting to the bottom of this.
Henrik, I need to know where you put the Pakal carving.
I can't remember.
I stole all the things until somebody beat me to it. Alright, he's not going to answer the rest of the questions. But he gave us a key. Which, by the way, looks exactly like a key from the last game. They just reused. With the key, we can unlock. Hello, from Poland. Hi. Good to see you. Last game had many, many keys. That is correct. Alright, we get another disc.
It's locked.
Here's a thing about how to operate. He's taking notes on how to communicate on the ham radio.
Looks like I need to find someone who speaks Nahuatl.
Well, lucky for us, I'm pretty sure, what's his name speaks Nahuatl. But we need the Nohuddle word for snake, so that we can send secret messages to smugglers over the internet. Or not the internet, over ham radio. I'm doing good. It is 1:58 p.m. here. I don't know what time it is in Poland or where it is where everybody else is, but yeah. 1:58 on a Saturday here.
It's locked.
Oops. Ham radio was the internet of its day, I guess. Almost 11. Okay. Cool. I know, some people wanted an earlier stream than the night streams we've been doing, so I figured Saturday was a day that we could try that out. So we've got some notes. Did I miss anything? Tune in to hear me describe a meme. Alright, so I'm going to take these notes back to Henrik. Go ask about Nohuddle.
Buenos dias.
Have you heard? The police received an anonymous tip, and they're considering Joanna a prime suspect in a Bacall theft. They've taken her.
He snores like your dog.
I called in that tip. She lied about the Cinnabar, and you may not know this, but she has jeopardized the museum's finances.
He snitched on Joanna. That makes sense.
She not be questioned?
How did she jeopardize museum
Considering
I am not at
they hate each other, and we told him that she probably did something really shady right before she got arrested.
I'd rather not say. It's part of my investigation.
Now, if only I could remember the word for snake. I hear you have been a great help to Henrik.
You're my favorite character. Don't make me jump through hoops.
Something tells me this translation is going to come with strings attached.
I am almost certain that the provenance documents for the Bacall carving were falsified. I have asked Joanna to see the documents, but she evades me. If you can find that file in her
I used to know why it was called a ham radio, but I forget. But I'm sure we could look at the plaque and find out.
What makes you think they were falsified?
In Mexico, it is common knowledge that the carving was stolen from Bacall's tomb when it was first excavated. But no one has been able to prove it. If I can determine that the provenance documents are a fraud, this will be the first major step toward legal repatriation.
Handheld amateur something radio, yeah.
I guess I
Amateur.
hadn't thought about it like that.
I feel my nahuatl coming back to me already. Do you know what Sihuapili means? Princess or lady. Now, if only I could remember the word for snake.
Have you heard? Henrik Vanderheun fell off the.
Yeah, they did say it earlier. I just wasn't paying attention.
With a mysterious head injury.
That is terrible news. I hope it's not too serious.
I should get back to the museum.
Goodbye.
So Alejandro is convinced that the Beach Hill unethically obtained this carving, which, if they did, I'm totally on his side. I think that's not cool. So we're going to help him figure out exactly where this authenticity came from and if it's forged. And in exchange, he's going to help us figure out the message that we need for ham radio. She wants to say the word for snake is Joanna. That would be like... That would be epic. That would be the biggest burn. Alright, here are the documents. We're gonna take these back. Because he's right, there is definitely something sketchy up, as is the case with a lot of these foreign antiquities that make it into American museums. This game was teaching us about appropriation, like, way early in life, and I respect that.
Hello, Nancy. You have a special delivery for me, I hope?
Here's your file, as requested.
Thanks, Patrick. See you later.
Good work, my friend. I suppose you would like something in return?
A deal's a deal.
The Nahuatl word for snake is coatl. C-O-A-T-L.
Thanks.
Muchas gracias. Gotta go.
Adios, Nancy.
All right. Save the game here. Oh, let's see what's on Henrik's disc. Oh, we need a password. We don't have the password yet. Okay, never mind. Let's go back to what we were doing. Actually, let's skip to the next day. A Scarlet shirt. Oh, that's interesting. I'm just waiting until I can go back and visit Henrik, so I'm calling my friends for a second.
It's me again.
Nancy Drew, you will never guess who the catch is.
Ooh!
Frank and Joe Hardy.
You're kidding. I haven't talked to those two in months.
Let me tell you, they're as cute as ever. George and I were just telling them about your latest case, and... judging by the way they're hovering around me at the moment, I think they want to say hello.
Sure, put them on.
Hi, Nancy, it's Frank.
Frank Hardy, what in the world are you doing in River Heights?
Well, Joe and I just finished up a case out west, and we're taking a few days to drive back to Bayport. So we stopped in River Heights to say hello to our favorite girls.
Well, that's awfully sweet of you.
We should have known you'd be out there chasing trouble.
Joe?
It's Frank and Joe Hardy!
The one and only. How's it going, Nancy?
Oh, just knee-deep in another case. You know the feeling.
Do we ever? There's one around every corner, isn't there?
You can say that again.
There's one around every corner, isn't there?
All right, Joe. Cheeky as ever, I see.
It's the secret of my irresistible
The Hardy men.
Oh, brother. Listen, Nancy, we're taking off again tomorrow. But if you want to talk shop about this case, why don't you give us a call on the car phone?
Ooh, the car phone!
973-555-33...
The Hardy Boys have a car phone.
Sounds great. I'll do that.
Go get him, Nancy.
Good luck.
So now we can talk to the Hardy Boys, and this becomes a thing in the series. We get to talk to the Hardy Boys in a lot of games. And I like that. Nope. Stone. So that's his password. So now we can look at his little disc thing.
Nancy, you have brought me back to my work.
You recognize the riddle, then?
Proper young go-getters with a car phone, yes. Time frame. Yeah, I have no idea. Nancy's just kind of perpetually 19, so there's no way of figuring it out.
This has something to do with the plot at the museum, Nancy. I'm sure of it.
Who is this whisperer of silent secrets?
The whisperer came from a distinguished line of royal scribes. I can't seem to remember her name, but I do recall that she wrote an account of Maya history that greatly angered Pakal because of the way it depicted his ascent to the throne.
What did the scribe say? That Pakal had bad fashion?
From the age of 12, when he came to the throne, Pakal claimed to be divinely appointed the first true, authentic king of the
Two in
Maya.
front of how many
Then
children he
the
has.
whisperer came along
That would be
and wrote
mean.
that Pakal was only king because his mother pulled some strings. It was quite a blow to Pakal's image.
So he put her in a stone prison?
Pakal swore that the whisperer's words would never see the light of day. He put her body, her soul, and her writings all in a tomb and locked it up tight.
Wait, Henrik, A prison of stone? We're not talking about the monolith, are we?
That's the idea.
Does anyone else know about this?
Good question. I'm certain that there's a dirty rat trying to get into that tomb. This is where my memory fizzles out. If I could only figure out why I took the Pakal.
Do you think there is anyone I can trust?
Please don't breathe a word of this. There's too much at stake.
Alright, he won't answer the other ones. I don't think.
Henrik, I need to know where you put the Pakal carving.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to answer any of these.
You rest up.
We're going to have to come back later.
I'll do my best.
Yep, the Pakal is indeed a key. Alright, so let's go back to the hotel. Oops, I didn't want the key. So stone is the password. Right, let's see. He was tracking down a bunch of stuff. Alright, 555. I'm gonna need to write a couple of these down. Five. Alright. Alright, so we're basically going to have to track down 6 of these carvings, and when we put them all together, we're probably about 2/3 of the way through, I'd say. This game is longer a little bit than the other ones. But yeah, we need to track down all 6 carvings and put them together, and then we will be able to solve the mystery. Right? Albert Daddle. It said Henry Daddle, who is a person that we need to call. Let's see. What can I do right now, though? Right, let's do the ham radio thing. Do that. Wanted to know if it would tell us for sure what ham radio stood for. 3+ hours left of the game. Oh gosh, I hope not. Alright.
The radio tube went out.
Of course it did. Why wouldn't it? Gotta replace it, and lucky for us, there just happens to be a ham radio on display with a bulb in it that nobody's ever used before because it's display, so. AKA ham. Okay.
It's locked.
Of course, I have to unlock it again. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? Write down the last 3 digits of the series. Oh gosh, I need another piece of paper for this. Hang on. My notes are... The notes game is real in this one. Okay. So we have our last 3 numbers. And add a 0. And then add each of the original 5 digits. Plus the 4 digits that we have. All right. So this is telling me how to go about solving a puzzle. And then that's the station that the smugglers are going to be calling in on. Okay. So we're going to need to send the word in leche, which is code for send us the thing you have right now. Password is no huddle word for snake. And so we need to figure out what snake and leche are in Morse code, because this is a ham radio. Yes, I feel like a proper detective now. Alright, Morse code. I used to know Morse code because I used to be really obsessed with that book series as a kid, Mysterious Benedict Society, and they use Morse code, so I used to know Morse code, like, as a kid. Okay. That I do not know now, so now I'm relying on the book. So, leche, L-E... Apologies for mispronouncing any Spanish words. I'm sure I'm doing it very wrong. Alright, so that's that. And then we're also going to need to know C for coatl. So it's C-O... dash, dash, dash. T L. All right. Make sure that I can tell where each one stops. There we go. All right, so let's go smuggle in a priceless artifact. Didn't I put the thing back in? I did not put the thing back in. Okay. Now we're ready to go. Yeah, I totally get what you mean, yes. Feel free to send me Morse code messages in chat. Alright, what did it say? Start at 2050? Right. 8, 3, 2, 7, 1. Okay. So we take the last 3. So we have 8, 3, 2, 7, 1. We're going to take the last 3 digits and add a 0 to it. So now we have 2, 7, 1, 0. Then we add up all 5 digits. I know, sorry. It's just gonna repeat for a second. We add up all 5 digits, so 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 2 is 13, plus 7 is 20, plus 1 is 21. So we add 21 to 2,710. We get 2,731. So we get 2, 7, 3, 1. Imagine if it was 420. Transmit to low. Oh, no. Okay, so transmit now. So we're gonna send the secret code, which is coatl. So it's dash dot send C. Okay, good. Dash 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 is O. Dot dash is A. Dash is T. And dot dash dot is L. Okay, we're good. Now we send leche, which is the thing to tell them to send us the thing that we need. L. E. D. H. E. All right. Okay. My Spanish is rusty, but I think they said we're gonna send it as soon as possible. So basically, we just smuggled a priceless artifact. Congratulations, Nancy is kind of a criminal now. But, for good reason, question mark? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. That was one of the puzzles I was very worried about because I was like, it's complicated. What if I can't do it on stream and then everybody thinks I'm dumb? Let's save right here. Nancy's always a criminal. Yeah, pretty much. She's kind of just the queen of breaking the law a little to catch people who are breaking the law more. Okay. Okay, so that's key number 1. It's going to show up right here. When we get packages, that's where it's going to be.
Diego de Landa. I wonder if that's one of the keys.
Yes, it is. It's, that key is going to be found in this box up here that we don't have the, the code for yet. You did maths code and computed Nancy. Thank you. You gotta be a criminal to catch a criminal. Okay, so 1 key down. Can I go back to Henrik and be like, hey, I talked to your friends on a ham radio? No big deal. I know there's something else where I have to go back to Henrik one more time. Let me switch days. A lot of people have problems with this game around this time because everybody kind of loses track right now. ACAP, that's true. A little bit. Yeah. So everybody, the story kind of diverges, so everybody, there's a couple different things you can do, and so you have to kind of mind the gap between the two things. So, can't talk to Henrik right now, but what I can do, I'm gonna start working on this thing. Okay, so what we need to do, we're going to take our little card and we're going to do 3 challenges on each level of the pyramid. And then when we win all the levels, we can use it as a little key card and go down to the next level. So we're going to start doing that. And I promise there's a reason for it. All right, so this is just a quiz. So we can find these answers. Somewhere in the museum. Let me see if I can remember. Yes, okay. 1. What is the name of Bakal's mother? I think you spell it like that. Okay, yes. What is the name of the calendar? The Zolkin calendar. How do I spell it? Yes, it is. Bicephalic? Nope. What is the supreme god? Supreme god. No, what was it? What is the supreme god? Now I have to go back and look. Dang it. Thought I could remember all of them off the top of my head. This game is designed to teach you things. And I don't like that. I mean, I do, but... Is it over here? I thought it was the bicephalic, but I guess I was wrong. It's Nomna. Thank you, chat. Salt Mountain, you've solved like half the puzzles for me, I feel like. I appreciate it. Let's see. Alright. That is very, very helpful. Thank you. I was gonna be very sad if I had to, like, roam around for an hour trying to find that. Okay. Quiz. So, let's see. Lenke. Zamna. What is the name of the modern Mayan language? Teamwork makes the dream work indeed. Modern Mayan language. I'm gonna allow the chat to help me on this one. No, I would have remembered if it was that. Hang on, I can go back and look. Modern Mayan language. I don't think it's that. I think I would remember if it was that. There's a thing on languages. Hang on. Rituals. Languages. Quiche. Yep, that's what they're looking for. That's the one. Because if it was Yucatec, I would have thought of that. I would have remembered. That would be the more... Yeah, Yucatec makes more sense, but that's not what they're looking for. They had to be difficult about it. There we go. All right, so we did that. Now let's do... Oh, let's do this. This is a very silly challenge. It's quiche. I think I'm saying it right. I think that's how you say it. Okay, so this game, these two sides are opponents. You've got to roll the little dice, and for every spot that comes up, you can move forward. And if you get all... if there are no spots, then you get to move 5 spaces. And you basically just want to land on the other guy's piece and capture... So, like, I'm playing as orange. I want to capture all the blue pieces. But the funniest thing about it is that... Whoops. I'm basically playing against myself. There's no, like, computer port. part. So I've got to basically just sabotage the one side. Shoot. Come on, one. Damn it. And then there's this really annoying sound effect that they use over and over and over again. Love that. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to roll again. Oh well. I can't pass without at least moving in one time, I don't think. Yeah, I can't pass unless I let it go at least once, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm probably saying it horribly wrong, so I apologize if that's the case. I'm not the expert on modern Mayan languages. Come on now. It's by one. I hate this. So we're playing this game. They revitalized this game in a later game, but it's actually fun because you're actually playing against a character. Yes, the sound effect does start to grate on you. I apologize. Whoops. Congratulations, you played yourself. Yes, yes I did. Take my meds, BRB. Alright. Good plan, actually. I'm gonna pass. Oh, this game. It's just so unnecessarily long, and I just don't care. Come on, 3. Damn it. Oh, shoot. How's everybody's weekend going? Yeah, just over and over again. Super annoying. Hey, I got one. Alright. Alright. We're doing alright. Move this guy a little closer, and then try to roll. This is so stupid. Alright, missed me by 1. Are they supposed to be olives? There's supposed to be corn seeds, I think. I think that's what the instructions said. Ooh, now I want avocados, though. Of course. I'm gonna lose to myself? Really? Yeah, I don't understand it either. It's supposed to be based on, like, an ancient game or something. The one time I wanted 1, and they couldn't give it to me. Damn it, game. Great content. I love this. No. I'm about to lose to myself. I hate this. Have a lives counter and victories counter for a game where they... Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, like, multiplayer is broken. It's like, you couldn't give me multiplayer? Really, game? Alright. Down to this. It's winner takes all. Shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, okay. I'm still alive. Yes! Alright. Let's never do that again. Because I hated it. Yeah, sorry, that took a second. It's just designed that way and it's super annoying. Alright, let's see.
I should put in my temple key card.
I know. What? No, don't back up. Put in the key card. Thank you guys for the support. Okay, this I just is a matching game. And you can do it by guess and check. Okay, so this one means 19. Oops, this symbol, what does this symbol mean then? Okay, this one means ink. Try them all before I... That one means road. 19, ink, road. North. Okay. There we go. All right. So now, we can go down a level. Let's see. And now we have 3 more challenges. And you want to make sure not to forget to put in your little card because you absolutely can play the game without putting the card in and then it doesn't save your progress. It's very annoying. All right, so now we've got to get the little ball through the hoop. And we have to just kind of, I guess how to do that. Say lower power. Let's guess like this. Nope, we need more power than that. Really? Oh, I need to go higher. Okay, so like high. And like 3. Nope, that didn't work either. All right, high and 5. Just go high 5, like the show. Of course, that was too much. Okay. High and 4. All right. Note it down. Now let's go middle and 5. Nope, that was too high. All right, high 4. It's just a guess and check. I hate guess and check because you just have to sit here and mess with it until you figure it out. There's no way to get it on the right on the first time. Middle and 4. Still too high. All right. I think about them doing the Foley for this game. It must have been pretty fun. 3. Yep. Thank you, Cameron. Alright. Mid 3 is that one. And then for this one, what do we think? Low angle and 5? Do we want to really shoot for it? Okay. Hang on. 2. Okay. Let's try that. High 4. I'd really like it if it didn't reset me to the beginning every single time. Mid 3. Low 2. No, that's 2. Yeah, she really starts playing Museum Arcade. I was saving this for later, but there's really nothing else we can do right at this current moment, so... Alright. Middle 3. Oops. Alright, so what do we think this setting is going to be on the end? Because we tried low and 2, and it was not enough. Do we have any guesses? Let's see. 1 would be not enough. Middle something. All right, middle. High 2. Okay, let's try high 2. Oh, low 5, and it was too low. Okay, hang on. All right, that's too low. Let's try this. Oh my god, game. High 3. Okay, let's try high 3. Middle 3. Do high 3. Really interesting. So it needs more power, not more... Okay. We're gonna get it. High 5. I feel like they're going to use low at some point, right? Because why would they give us the... It's probably going to be wrong, but I'm going to try low 6. See what happens. Yeah, this is like the Crystal Maze game for sure. Alright. Yeah, let's try high 6. Get high and go 6. Oh, that was too high. I know, I hate the slow animation so much. Alright. Gotta be high 5. Yeah. I thought we tried high 5, though. Because that's high... Because I feel like with the angle, you would want the low angle, but it can't be. Right? So, high 5. Try high 5. It's too high, really. Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna keep trying until we get it. That's all you can do in these situations. Let's try high. High 4? Let's try high 4. Nope. The angle must be wrong, because I feel like we've tried every number. High. So I think we're gonna have to be on a low angle because of how high up he is now. Or is there a 4th? Let's try middle again. Let's try middle 5. There we go. It was middle 5. All right, and there's one more. So this one has to be the low angle. Try low 6. Yes. Thank God. Thank God. I do not want to do that ever again. All right. Here's another quiz. It was Lady... Yeah, there you go. This is the bicephalic. I remember some of these from seeing them. Yeah, the mini games are terrible. I hate it in this game. Can't find the answer to this in the museum. What is the name of a Mayan matchmaker? Maya matchmaker. Okay, that was on, what's his name's disc? Henrik's little disc, so there you go. Random words stick in my head, but I couldn't remember which were which. Alright, let's try this. What's this? Right. I think the login is sjune, and the password is space baby. If I'm remembering from his stuff. Anybody remember this from game number 3? It's just that, but longer and harder. Password maze, yep. Except they figured out how to actually make it slightly more like a maze this time, so... Let's see... Check in with everybody. How's everybody doing? You go get a drink or a snack? You have any other plans for this weekend? Apologies, my dog is barking very loudly. But we do get groovy music while we sit here and do the maze game. The very ugly, not fun maze game. Trying to backtrack. Figure out, make sure that I'm on the right thing. Thankfully, after this, they never used the maze game again, if I'm remembering correctly. They were just like, we can do better. Yes, go make some tea. Yay. I love tea. Yeah, this is a good breaking point if anybody wants to go get a snack or a drink. It's not like a very exciting part of the game. It's just, we're solving a maze. We're doing the things. So the map is, like, mirrored, so, like, if you have to go left on the maze, you've got to take a right. It's very confusing to my brain can't make sense of it. Oops, I'm going the wrong way now. Nope, that's not the way that I want to go. I want to go this way. This is where I want to go. In the other version of the maze, you couldn't really take a wrong turn. Oh, wait, now... Wait, now how am I lost? I'm looking at the map. I have not solved the Scarlet Hand yet. So far, I am doing a very annoying maze puzzle that I do not enjoy. Even with the little maze thing at the bottom, I still struggle. I want to go that way. You do get very groovy music, though. I like the music, but that's the only thing about this part that I like. Oh, I see. I have to go all the way up to the corner of the maze and then come back down. That's not at all annoying. Nope, not where I want to go. Amazing. Yeah. I wish it was an amazing maze. Just a maze that makes me sad and anxious a little bit. No, I need to get into this corner. Okay. Go this way. Alright, now we're almost done. The background music is just like, and we're still doing the maze. Let's recycle the background music. End should be right around this corner. Developers absolutely spared the expense. Yes, they did. The games get very fancy later on once they start developing a fan base, but in this, they were just like, oh, we're broke. Let's reutilize this puzzle that nobody liked the first time around. There we go. And yes, I have done that whole puzzle and then realized that I never put in my passcode. And then I wanted to cry. But anyway. Let's save here. Just in case. So that I don't have to do any of that stuff again. Just in case something happens. Alright, what's this? Oh, this is a calendar. Whoops. Calendar puzzle. I don't remember how to solve it from the last time I played. . There we go. Thanks, memory. Nom 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 when you put the card in. They really should. That would be fantastic. Jade and the Maya. Oh, we don't get a glow stick until we've solved all our puzzles, so. Oops. Just guessing. Ooh. Whoops. I clicked the wrong thing twice. Dang it. Oh, God. What was it? Death God? Yeah. Yeah, what kind of tea you got? I love tea. Let's just figure this out. Nope, it has to be this up here. Oh, white tea is good. Okay. Here, I'm just gonna start guessing some of these individually so that I don't waste any more time than I have to. Okay, that's the that god. That's the that god. That god, okay. Oops. This would be the that. This is the that. This is the that. This is the that. Oh, God. Oh, my God. See what I just said? What did I say? There's always one time where you forget to put it in. In-game music would be nicer without the dripping noise. Yes. Let me do this again while I still remember what I did. Yeah, let me do it real quick so I remember what I did before I forget what I did. This was the rain god. This was the that god, and this was the that god. There you go. Easy peasy. All right.
I have a feeling this may be one of Sonny's tricks.
Great. So we're gonna have to, what's his name? Henrik is gonna be the one to tell us this. And I don't think he hasn't done that yet, correct? I don't believe he has. So we're gonna have to go all the way back and ask him. Or ask him something. I forget what triggers him to tell us, but he's the one that's gonna tell us. I do remember. So you have to go all the way back up. Walk of shame. Oh, it's nighttime, so let's change. We'll come right back. Now that we've unlocked those puzzles, we can go right back down to the bottom. All we have to do is ask that one last question. Answer that one last question, I mean. We will not have to do it all again. So we really can't talk to him right now. You had to sleep your character on repeat or sleep for 20 years. I guess you could. Let's see. Let's go back here and make some phone calls then. Do we want to call the Hardy Boys? Since we can, while we regroup.
Frank and Joe Hardy, taking the mist out of mystery. Joe here.
That's pretty cute, Joe. Can you come up with a slogan for me, too?
Hey, Nancy. Hold on while I put you on speakerphone. You still there?
Yep.
Hi, Nancy. You got access to both of our brilliant minds now. So how's the case coming along?
I'm sort of stumped by the riddle that Henrik translated from the monolith.
Nancy Drew stumped? I find that hard to believe. What's the problem?
Well, it seems like opening the tomb and breaking the curse are the same thing.
Oh, sure, but how does a person pull that off?
It has something to do with putting these
Hardy
six
men.
keys together. But there's this other part that says, when the first king, that's Bakal, ascends the throne again.
I hate to say it, but isn't it a little late for that guy? I mean, hasn't it been like 1,500 years? You just don't jump back on the throne after a hiatus like that.
You're being too literal, Joe. It must have something to do with a date, don't you think, Nancy? I mean, when did Pakal ascend the throne the first time around?
I don't know off the top of my head, but the information must be in the museum somewhere.
I'm gonna say June. Sometime in June. That's the traditional month for throne ascensions, isn't it?
First of all, kid brother, June is the traditional month for weddings. And second, the date is not going to be in our Gregorian calendar. It's going to be a date on the Maya calendar, which has a whole different structure.
Frank, you are my #1 favorite know-it-all.
Pride Month, indeed.
This investigation is stalling.
Oh yeah, happy Pride Month, everybody.
Gear?
See if your package from Honduras has arrived.
Call can come back from the dead. Oh, that's right, the package.
Stalling. Any thoughts on how to get it back in gear?
See if your package from Honduras.
Oh, I already asked him that. Okay.
Talk to you later, fellas.
Later, Nancy.
Bye.
You're right. We smuggled that artifact. We need to see if we have it now. Forgot about that. Let's go do that. Hey, Lauren. How's it going? Happy Saturday. Game 6 right now. Yep, there it is. Check it out. This is one of those everything moves everything else puzzles. Gotta make all the eyes cross in. Here we go. And look at that, we've got a key. We get the special "we found a key" music. All right, now what? Now can I go talk to, what's his name? Can I be like, hey, your friends, the smugglers, sent me a thing? Yeah, so I feel akin to it because I have this one eye that is always like massively crossing in, and I'm just like, yeah, I feel that. All right, this is what I needed to trigger.
Young lady.
This is a long shot, but do you know what animal Pakal was afraid of?
You're asking the wrong amnesiac.
Henrik, I received a note from your friends in Copan. I've got the Copan.
Hello, Paul. I'm glad to see you back.
Pakal, though. How's your memory?
The tomb. Nancy, I hid the Pakal carving in the replica of the Pakal tomb at the bottom of the temple exhibit.
I told you there would be a reason for it.
Think of that. And another thing, you'll need to get past that computer quiz. Sonny set it up with an impossible question. No one knows what Pakal was afraid of, but Sonny was petrified of the Coatamundi. It's an ornery bandit with a narrow snout and a long ringed tail, much like a raccoon or a polecat.
According to your notes, Pakal made a 6-part key.
I don't think he's going to answer any of these questions, but yeah, so he...
Do you remember anything about this?
6 keys? 6
Oh, he
keys?
is going to answer it.
6 keys! Nancy, what are the 4 corners of the world? North, south, east, and west. Plus the first king, Pakal himself, and the Copan fool. When they're all assembled, they open the tomb. Don't you see? This is why I stole the Pakal, to prevent some other schemer from putting the key together.
He really went National Treasure on us, didn't he?
Do you think I should alert the police?
You must keep this to yourself for now. It's your only hope of getting to the bottom of this.
Alright, now he's really not going to answer any of these other questions.
I'll do my best.
That's like flat earth nonsense, right? Yeah, the earth doesn't technically have 4 corners. That would be silly. Okay. So, we found 1 key. We know where the second key is because we know where the Pakal carving is. Now, the rest of the game becomes a quest to find the other keys. And when we find all 6 keys, then we get to solve the puzzle. Or the mystery. So we're getting there. Oh. That's not correct, Nancy. Nancy, click on the door, please. There we go. Alright. So yeah, that's why doing all of this nonsense with the... Oop. Those are just bones. With the temple quizzes and stuff. That's why it's important. Because we need to get the Pakal carving. And it just so happens that it was hidden down here. So... Coatimundi. Only question we get. And now our whole card is done. So now we come back here. And we swipe our card here. Guess where Henrik hid the Pakal? Right here. It's back. We got it. Priceless art. 2 priceless artifacts are just chilling in Nancy's backpack. Iconic. Final bets, who did it? Yeah, take your bets on who you think did it. Who's the thief? Yes, a glow stick. Yes, Paul, this is a slightly longer game. They really went all in with the length of this game. And we get some heftier puzzles that take us an extra second to beat. Oop, and here we are. By this thing. Alright, but the important thing is we have retrieved the Pakal carving that was stolen from us. So let's call our boss. Pakal did it. I mean, apparently Pakal literally buried somebody alive, according to the story that Henrik just told us. So that's definitely concerning.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose.
May I speak to Franklin Rose, please?
Who may I say is calling?
This is Nancy Drew.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, how's your investigation coming along?
I'm making good progress, and the Pakal carving is safe and sound. But I'm afraid I can't tell you everything yet.
What in the world are you talking about?
I'm sorry, but I can't explain everything now. I'll take good care of the carving, I promise.
It's mashed potatoes, it's not so bad. I don't think it was mashed potatoes.
I don't like it one bit. Do what you have to do, but let's get this mess cleaned
I
up.
do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am.
I'll call her right away.
Thanks, Mr. Rose.
That's what I'm here for.
Wait, there's another thing that I needed to ask him about. Can I call him right back?
I did not understand that function.
Oh my god, give me my outside line. I'm just marking time until Nancy gets to a place where she has a cell phone.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call?
This
Welcome
is
back,
Nancy
Patrick.
Drew, calling for Franklin Rose, please.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, to what do I owe the pleasure of
Yeah,
your
here we
call?
go.
I need to contact a woman named Prudence Rutherford. I noticed she's on the board of the Topeka Commission for the Arts, and that they've donated money to Beach Hill. Any idea how I might track her down?
Well, you're in luck. It so happens that Prudence and I sat on the panel of judges for the Kansas Speak No Evil Mime competition for 3
The
years
Speak
in a
No
row.
Evil Mime
Back when I
competition.
lived in Wichita. How's that for a small world?
You judged a mime competition?
Indeed I did. I haven't talked to Prudence in about 10 years.
Ooh, that sounds good though.
I still have her in this old dinosaur of a
Shrimp is
Rolodex.
good. Waffles are
Yes, here we
good.
go. Got a pen? It's area code
You.
785-555-7279.
I think she's gonna write it down, but just in case she doesn't. Write it down in my handy dandy not notebook.
Rutherford had a run-in with a red-handed thief, much like the one who took the Pakal carving.
You're a real pro, Nancy. Say, why don't I call ahead and let Prudence know what's going on? That way I can say hello and she'll be expecting you.
That would be great, Mr. Rose.
Not a problem, dear.
Yes. Yes, this game is where they start learning how to actually put puzzles in the puzzle games, which is good. It's a challenge, but it's definitely way harder than the other previous 5. So it's just like, oh, we're doing a thing. We're doing real things. I'm gonna wait to save until I get here. Whoops, this is not where I wanted to go. That's the hospital. This is where I wanted to go. Okay. Let's save here. We now are going to do some phone calls. Ooh, that sounds good. Flour waffles sound really good. We're gonna do some phone calls, and what we have to do is one of the phone calls is going to be a huge issue for the game. Kind of like yesterday, if you were watching yesterday, I had to skip through that one because there was a corrupted file. This game also has that situation with one conversation, so I'm gonna have to basically tell the game that I called when I did not, because it's gonna crash the game. So we're just gonna have to be really careful how we traverse, but whoops. Please tell me he has the number for the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center in his notes. Of course he doesn't. Let me go make one more trip back to the museum real quick, and then I will start making phone calls. 'Cause we gotta start tracking down these other keys. Do we need to do anything to help? Right now, I just appreciate the moral support. I'm just running back to get this phone number, because of course Nancy didn't write it down anywhere. Like I hoped she would. 505-555-1222. Easy enough. This game also has this weird thing where there's 2 phones in the game, but like you can't call the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center from that phone. You have to go all the way back to your hotel. Don't ask me why. Yeah, the real building exteriors are nice. And yes, this is very OG internet. This is 2002. It's back in the day. Alright, I'm gonna save here because I think this phone call should be fine, but just in case it's not fine. Just be careful. Chocolate Canyon would be so cool, but it's Choco
Hi,
Canyon.
I'm hoping to speak to someone about the theft that happened there recently.
Dwayne Powers.
No, I'm a detective investigating a similar crime in Washington, D.C.
This is Sheila Schultz, the director. What would you like to know?
Yeah, I don't know if they did that to be purposefully annoying or if that was just a bug in the game, but I have no idea.
Rare Maya artifacts stolen recently.
That's right. It's a terrible loss, and the police here have no leads.
Beach Hill was robbed too. We lost one of our prized jade carvings.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
I'm wondering if the robberies are connected. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about the incident at Chaco Canyon?
Fire away.
I heard the thief left a red handprint at the scene of the crime. Is that true?
Yes. It was very gruesome. It looked like blood, but according to the police analysis, the print was made with a mercuric sulfide paste.
Do you know of any symbolic meaning attached to a red hand?
Don't walk, don't go there, talk to the hand, as my 15-year-old would say? Really, I haven't the slightest idea.
What types of artifacts did the thief get away with?
Only the center's most prized pieces. The case contained 5 pre-Columbian artifacts that were excavated right from this area.
Yeah, it's very annoying. And especially if you don't know it's coming, you try to keep calling them and they never pick up. And then you realize, oh, I just have to call them from the other phone.
Jade carving.
I'm interested in the jade carving. What did it look like?
It was highly unusual. There was a glyph on it that no one could translate. Until we hired Henrik Vanderheun, that is. His opinion was that it's Mayan in origin, and that it may have been a place-name glyph for this area. As you can imagine, we regarded it as something of a regional treasure.
Do you know that Henrik Vanderheun works for Beach Hill now?
Yes, I know. His departure was a great loss for us.
Why didn't you mention the connection when I told you I was from Beach Hill?
I guess it didn't seem important.
Was Henrik still working at Chaco Canyon when the theft occurred?
No. It happened just a few days after he left. I remember because after the police left, the staff and I were so depressed, we went into the lounge and pigged out on the rest of Henrik's farewell cake.
Aw, that's sad.
Terms with Chaco Canyon when he left?
Well, it was
Up to the hand. Gen Z should revitalize that. That feels very Gen Z.
Boom, he was gone. For some reason, he just had to go study it. We weren't exactly happy about it, but it's not like quitting is against the law.
Do you recall having some appraisal work done by an art dealer by the name of Taylor Sinclair?
How could I forget? He went on and on about the impossibly rare artifacts he could get for us. I said, "Are you an art dealer or a smuggler?" But he assured me that the provenance documents would all be in order. Still, I never did any further business with him. He just seemed slippery.
Could you send me a photo of that jade carving so I can take a look at the glyph?
I'm afraid I sent our only print off to the insurance company. They said they'd return it, but who knows when our claim will be processed. I'm sorry.
Thanks a million, Sheila.
Feel free to call if you have any more questions.
I was supposed to ask her one more thing. Just save just in case. This is the phone call that gets kind of squirrely, so I'm just trying to make sure that I don't, like, crash my own game.
Chaco Canyon Cultural Center.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew calling.
Hi, Nancy. It's Sheila. What can I do for you?
I've just got to get my hands on a replica of that jade carving you lost. Do you have any ideas?
I know, I'm such a terrible teen detective.
I have a bright idea. I need some time to ask around. Can you call back later?
Sure thing.
Feel free to call if you have any more questions.
Okay, so if you've played any old games on a newer computer, you might have a similar experience. This game has this weird thing where if I call back to get that answer, where she's basically going to tell me, hey, I have an idea on how you can get your hands on a replica of the key, the game will break. So, what you have to do... Whoop. Okay. Control-Shift-Tab-C is our situation. Yes, there we go. Okay. Go back here. I'm going to show you guys this. Yes. So if you're ever having trouble with these old games and something is bugging out and you just need to skip over it so that it doesn't crash, Control-Shift-Tab-C will get you to like this like creators menu. My brother is a self-taught tech genius. He could like take a computer apart and put it together when he was like 10 years old. He's a genius and I appreciate him. So what you have to do, I basically have to go in and check off all the things about the conversation so that I can skip over the conversation. And then once I skip over the conversation, I'll show you. He should make a YouTube channel. I will harass him to make a YouTube channel. So I'm going to look through this, make sure that I have everything that I need checked off so that I can skip over the conversation that's going to crash the game, and then I can show you guys the conversation because I have it pulled up. Because I don't want you to miss out. It's just a short conversation, but it's super annoying when you're trying to get old things to run on a computer that doesn't want to, and then you're just like, I guess we're doing this now. What was that? Let's see. Choco. Yep. I'm gonna check off all of those things, and I think we're good. All the Choco Canyon conversation pieces. Oops, what just happened? Did I fix it? And then I should be able to go into Nancy's this and know that I actually did it. My Spence Tech Guru. Yeah, I've tried everything. I've tried patches. I've tried everything. It just doesn't want to do it. Sent code to smugglers. Like, you gotta love Nancy's little diary. It's like, Dear Diary, smuggled a priceless artifact into the country illegally. Alright. Yeah, this game, most of the games I've been able to get working, but this one just has this thing where it's super duper annoying and hard to get working. But let me pull up the conversation just so that you guys can see, so that you're not completely lost. Shout out to the channel Vote for Holt, which is an in-joke to the game. I'm borrowing this playthrough from them.
Chaco Canyon Cultural Center.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew calling.
Hi, Nancy. It's Sheila. Well, we racked our brains. Finally, one of my staff came up with the original box that the carving was packed in. The piece was encased in a tight foam cast to prevent damage during shipping. I'm not sure how much good it'll do you, but I can send it to you if you like.
So they're going to send us a tight foam cast. It was packed in such a tight cast that they're basically going to send it to us.
So I know what to do.
And then that's how we're going to basically replicate that key, since it's gone and we can't get it back. So yeah, that's our situation. Our parents went away on a week's vacation. Alright, so let's save that. We're gonna wait for that to be shipped to us now. And then let's skip a day. Save the game again. Alright, let's call Prudence Rutherford. I'm glad I wrote her number down, because Nancy did not. Prudence Rutherford is quite a character.
Yes, hello? Hi, this is Nancy Drew, calling from Washington, D.C. I'm trying to reach Prudence Rutherford, please.
Oh, yes. Franklin told me
Ooh,
you'd be
Oregon
calling.
Trail.
Such
I love Oregon
dreadful
Trail.
news about Beach Hill. I will do everything in my power to help you catch those rapscallions. To think how they violated the sanctity of my domicile. Good heavens.
I'm sorry to hear about your loss. What can you
Yes,
tell me
yes,
about
yes.
the
Prudence
necklace?
Rutherford shows up in several games.
Oh,
She's a
just
fan
the very
favorite.
thought of my precious necklace gone, stranded, orphaned, and in the hands of some dirty stranger makes my blood boil.
Was the necklace a gift?
I inherited it from my mother-in-law. But you see, the necklace means much more to me than just a handful of priceless rubies.
Did the necklace have a lot of
Oh my god, that's so dark.
I'm afraid it
Terrible.
did. I had the necklace restrung to include an exquisite jade carving as the centerpiece, a genuine artifact of the ancient Maya. The carving is not only
Really, ancient Maya.
but a Rutherford family heirloom given to me by my great-grandfather when I was just a little girl.
Does the carving have any meaning that you know of?
It features a rare glyph. No one's been able to give me a precise translation, but most epigraphers have agreed that it has something to do with a snake, the color green, and the direction south. It's terribly fascinating.
I never killed my Sims on purpose, but I have accidentally killed them just because I've tried to make them cook really complicated things when they're not good at cooking and then the house burns down.
I don't know whether to be grateful or
It's very dark.
When did you realize that you'd been robbed?
The first thing I saw when I opened my eyes was this positively ghoulish red handprint on the wall. I nearly jumped out of my skin.
A red handprint was left at the scene of the crime at Beach Hill, too. Ms. Rutherford, I'm almost certain that these robberies were committed by the same person.
But why? What is so special about these carvings?
Miss Rutherford, it would be so helpful if I knew exactly what your carving looked like. Could you send me a picture that shows it in detail?
I can do better than a photo. The insurance company made this dreadful replica of the necklace with the idea that I would wear such a thing to public functions. Please. But I could send that to you if you'd like.
Yep, I want the replica. Give me the replica.
Secretary will have the address of the museum. Now, if that is all you would require, young lady, I will need to attend to other pressing matters.
Thanks a million, Miss Rutherford. I won't let you down.
Call me Prudence. Oh, and Nancy, when you find the villains who did this to me, do me a favor and give them a sound thrashing.
I sure will.
Yes, selling everything from Lost and Found to Tom Nook is great. Alright, so Prudence Rutherford is sending us a replica. Chaco Canyon is sending us a thing to help us replicate a replica. And we have... Oh, and we can call... So now we can call Mr. Daddle. That's his name. Whose name is in the... Number is in the this somewhere. In the notes of Henrik. For another key. We have 2 keys. We... know that 2 more are on the way. And then we need to look for the other 2. 555-3195. Right?
Daddle residence.
Hi, may I speak to Henry Daddle, please?
Speaking.
Mr. Daddle, my name is Nancy Drew. This is a long shot, but I'm calling...
I'm pretty sure this is the Ned Charlie voice actor, right?
1898 by one Henry Albert Daddle. Does that ring any bells?
Sure. Henry Albert Daddle Sr. was my great-grandfather.
That's definitely him doing an old man voice.
Right?
Yes, exactly. Wow, I can't believe my luck.
Even the game is trying to stop you. The voice actor who voices Ned, Nancy's boyfriend, and Charlie from the third game, Message in a Haunted Mansion. I'm pretty sure it's just him doing an old man voice, which is adorable. Good thing I just saved my game, because that would have been horrible. Okay. That's why I kept saving religiously, for moments like that. Alright. Let's start up the game again. Start up the game again. My computer is really taking the things that I tell it to do as suggestions today. You know when, like, everything breaks at once? That's been all day today. It's been... oh god. The stream somehow ended up being unlisted first thing this morning, so, like, nobody was here, and I was just like, I wonder why nobody is here watching the stream. And then somebody texted me, my brother texted me and was like, your stream is unlisted. And I was like, that's fantastic. I love that. So then I was only like 10 minutes into the game, so we started the game over because everybody starts coming into the stream and being like, when did this start? You just popped up on my feed. I'm like, I know, it was unlisted. And then the battery on my computer almost died, and then this game is just this game, and so there's been a lot. It's been a lot. Yeah, more breaks than a hospital fracture clinic, for sure. And I appreciate all of you guys for sticking around in the meantime while we deal with all this. There we go. Okay. Load this game up. Alright, let's try this again.
Daddle residence.
Hi, may I speak to Henry Daddle, please?
Speaking.
Mr. Daddle, my
No,
name is Nancy
I think
Drew.
Nancy Drew is
This
worth
a long
fighting
shot,
for.
but I'm calling regarding a Maya artifact that
And after this game, all of the games run perfectly on my computer. It's just this game and the one before it.
Sure. Henry Albert Daddle Sr. was my great-grandfather. You're talking about the jade carving, right?
Yes, exactly. Wow, I can't believe my luck.
Well, it's a lucky life if you ask me. So what can I do for you?
I'm investigating a recent rash of thefts around the country involving similar Maya artifacts. Any information you could give me about the one your great-grandfather bought would be very helpful.
I see. Well, I was the last to inherit the carving, but my daughter Penelope was so intrigued with it that I gave it to her.
I've actually never seen the Da Vinci Code.
About it. Why don't you give her a call on her line? It's 555-3197.
Will do. Thanks, Mr. Daddle.
Oh, thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. Alright, so this dude is like, call my daughter, I gave her the thing. So now we're gonna call her.
Hello?
Hi, is this Penelope?
Not even.
Oh, is this 605-555-3197?
Yeah, but no one calls me Penelope anymore. Except my parents, that is. To my friends, the art world, and anyone else who made it out of the 20th century, I'm Poppy.
The art world? Wait, you're not Poppy Dada, are you?
Oh, I knew it wasn't her real name. She's Poppy Dada, the artist.
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm a detective.
A detective? No way. So do you get to wear a sassy tweed hat and pick hairs off dead bodies and gross, creepy stuff like that?
Not really.
I try to keep a low profile, and a tweed hat, well, it's a little conspicuous.
So, where'd you get my name? Don't tell me I'm like wanted by the FBI or something. That would be too scandalous.
No. You see, it's all a big coincidence. Your dad's name came up in connection with a case I'm working on.
Go Dad. Jojo
Oh,
he's
Dad.
wanted by the FBI. I'll be so jealous.
Actually, I called hoping your dad could help me solve this case.
That's hot. What's a case? Are there dead bodies involved? Do
All right,
you need
Paris
to, like,
Hilton.
tap my phone or impersonate me or
Well,
something?
2002 thing to say.
Tell me about the artwork you do. It looks very interesting.
It's a new form I made up myself. I approach each piece as a synesthetic, interactive, organic journey.
Okay.
That sounds a lot more complicated than, say, painting or drawing.
Sounds like one of the
Have you
Olsen
heard the
twins,
saying
yes.
that a work of art is never finished, just abandoned? Well, I'm taking that idea to the limit by making art that will keep changing as different people encounter, perceive, and interact with it. I'm tired of artwork that says,
Talk to the
"Don't
hand,
touch."
Poppy.
I'm all about letting go, about sending my work into the world and seeing how it continues to become.
But you wouldn't advocate, say, drawing a mustache on the Mona Lisa, would you?
Ugh, don't get me started on art. Now, what's your
Wasn't
name
there a
again?
thing where,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
somebody
Nancy.
tried to vandalize the Mona Lisa or something? This popped up on my phone and I, like, didn't read into it that much. But that just happened, right?
No mafia that I know of.
African elephant poachers?
No elephants involved.
South American drug lords?
Not this time.
A sinister counterfeiting ring right here in Vermilion?
Yeah, they threw a pie, right, and it hit the glass.
There was a robbery at Beach Hill, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. This thief is after something big, and I've got to figure out what it is.
Drama. So, where do the daddles come in?
I'm trying to track down certain Maya jade carvings that haven't fallen into the thief's hands yet. I think one of them might be in your family.
You mean that ancient green rock with the weird symbol on it? I slapped some shoe polish on it and stuck it in one of my paintings.
Poppy, what were
Oh.
you thinking? You'll never get it back.
That's the whole point. Don't you see? It's an organic process.
Yeah, I know it was a protest, but I wasn't, like, read up enough on it to, like, know anything further than just the basics. So all I saw was just the picture of the pie, and I was like, well, that's interesting. And no one got hurt and nothing actually got damaged, so
Seems awfully reckless to me.
it's fine.
Not to mention the
No harm, no
wrench it throws
foul.
into my investigation.
Oh, Nancy, don't be such a
Damn it,
prude.
Poppy, indeed.
Taylor's probably still got that artwork. At least, I don't think he sold it yet. Why don't you ask him? Tell him you want to see the piece called Deadly Midnight Snack. It's the one with the rubber shark.
Deadly Midnight Snack. I think I know the one you mean. But I'd rather not bring Taylor into this, if it's okay with you. I'm just not sure whether I trust him.
Fine with me. I know the big bunster, Mr. Bunnytron.
Bunster?
Well,
Bunnytron?
he rubs people the wrong way. Has Taylor been pushing those Oaxacan cookies on you? You haven't eaten one, have you?
Mary Kate and Ashley videos and make it a drinking game. I like it. Oh, I didn't know that. I take back what I said about no harm, no foul. I did not know that. That's terrible. I hate that.
Put it this way. His trip to Oaxaca was about 2 years ago, and he's been trying to move those rancid lard biscuits ever since.
Ooh, gross.
Thanks for the tip, Poppy. I can see you're going to be a detective's best friend.
Cool. If you really need the carving to
Yeah, that sucks. That poor guy.
and take it.
But wouldn't it ruin your painting?
Of course not. After all, this is a chance to enact exactly what I've been talking about. The organic process. Inviting my viewers to interact with my work. The deal is, you can take the carving, but you have to put something in its place.
I can choose anything? A light bulb? A magnifying glass? A pair of headphones?
No, it should be something more organic. Stay with the title, Deadly Midnight Snack. And don't be afraid to go way out. As an artist, I can tell you that inspiration bites in the most mysterious ways.
I'll do my best.
Right on.
Ancient cute boys take a shot every time they sing, take 2 shots every time they hug and make up, take 3 shots.
With the merchandise. That's all art.
Well, does anybody watch Jarvis Johnson on his live streams when he does he does Darman bingo. They watch like the Darman videos and play bingo.
Make sure he doesn't detect a thing.
Good luck, Nancy.
Thanks, Poppy. Bye.
Like, we could do it with Beyond Belief. I always will die of alcohol poisoning. Yeah, we could play bingo. Let's play bingo. That's a all ages fun game that won't cause alcohol poisoning. We could do it with Beyond Belief, although I wanna, I don't know if we could do that on stream, but that would be fun. Drink the whole bottle now and then watch the video. Alright, where am I going? What am I doing? I'm stealing part of a painting. Okay. In bingo. I do think we'll die of alcohol poisoning if we take a shot every time Mary Kate and Ashley start singing.
There was an incident at the museum.
Oh, we haven't talked to him in a while.
Hospital with a head injury.
Poor Henrik.
Kids can take shots of orange juice.
Him and Joanna, perhaps?
In my family, on New Year's Eve, we make cookie shots, which are like, you basically take cookie dough, and you put them in like little mini muffin tins, and then you bake them, and then you let chocolate harden on the bottom, and you like put them in the fridge. And so there's these little like shot glasses made of cookie, and you're supposed to mix milk and Baileys, but the kids just do milk, and I just do milk because I'm not that big on Baileys. Shots of Dr. Pepper.
Mind if I help myself to one of those scrumptious-looking Oaxacan cookies?
Be my guest.
Yum. Rancid cookies that are years and years old.
May I take a closer look at that wacky Dada painting?
Be my guest. I just had a call from Poppy this morning. She says she's in a really creative period right now. I said, please, sweetie, if you get any more creative, they're going to lock you up.
Pardon me a moment, Nancy. I'll be right back. I hope.
Oh, I think he made himself sick off the Oaxacan cookies. Well, we're gonna take this. This is the key that we need, and we're gonna replace it with a cookie, and he'll never know. I think we can look at anything on his desk, which is lame. Rancid Cookies, good name for a band. I can see it. Okay, what am I doing? Let's go back to Beach Hill. Is Joanna back yet? Nope, she's not. Joanna was supposed to be coming back to work. Very much like Joanna to come back to work so that I have somebody else to do work. And there's a package. That was fast. From Miss Prudence. Right, so we have 4 keys. Oh, there's another package. We have 5 keys, almost. So this is from Chaco Canyon. This is the foam packing that their key was in. We're going to go fill it with foam. Joanna's probably dead. No, no, Joanna. A Screamo band. Yes, a Screamo band. Screamo covers of 60s pop songs. Has anybody fallen... I've fallen so far down the rabbit hole of TikTok. Do you see the guys that covered Low by Flo Rida, but as if it was done by, like, the Beach Boys? It was very funny. I was laughing so hard. If you haven't heard it, look it up because you will laugh. Yeah, Joanna's... yeah. She's a person that exists. Alright, now we have 5 keys, essentially. We just need the last one. And the last one is in that box that we don't have the code to. And we get the code from Joanna, so I need Joanna to come back to work. Let's switch the day. Skip to the next day. Joanna's a ghost. Okay, has anybody seen the movie Just Like Heaven with Mark Ruffalo and Reese Witherspoon? Because I have to make a video about this. My mom told me to watch it. I just watched it the other day. It is the most ridiculous and also hilariously, like, sweet movie I've seen. And I need to talk about this. It's a movie where Reese Witherspoon's character gets into a car crash, and then Mark Ruffalo moves into her apartment, and then he's being haunted by her ghost, but it's a rom-com. It's strange. I'm gonna call my friends. Yep, you've seen it. It's so bizarre, and I kind of love it.
I've got that slogan for you. Are you ready?
Of course.
Nancy Drew, the ace in every case.
Catchy. I'll make a real impression on my suspects with that line.
How's the case going?
When I finished all the puzzles in the temple,
Yes, I'm looking forward to doing a video about it, because I just watched it because it hit Netflix recently, so I was like, oh my god, I've gotta do a video about this.
They use them in the military a lot during nighttime training exercises.
Yeah, glow sticks, you know, like they use in the military.
Than flashlights.
What is it that makes it glow?
Reconstituted swamp water and moon dust? Who knows? But hang on to it, Nancy. It might come in handy.
Yeah,
I've actually never seen Man in the Moon.
Don't last forever, so use it wisely.
Talk to you later, fellas.
See ya.
Let us know how it's going.
Hello?
It's me again.
Hey, Nancy. What's the latest, Nan?
Aw, that's cute. I didn't know that was her first rollover. Oh, I can't talk to my friends about anything.
Later, ladies.
Call back soon. Yeah, and good luck.
Alright, thank you. Can I save? If not, I'm gonna save again. After we crashed out, now I'm paranoid. Glow because they have... From the movie Predator. The Nancy Drew games are actually what taught me what phosphorescent powder was. I'll show you that game when we're at it in a few games. Oh, sad. See, I try to avoid sad movies because I'm just gonna cry on camera like I did when we watched the, you know, the Winnie the Pooh, Valentine's Day. Okay, Joanna, where is she? Where's Joanna? Do we need to skip to another day? I'm a crier. I will bawl my eyes out. Yeah, it really is. There's a lot of really great movies that I love that I just don't think I could ever talk about on the channel because it would be so sad. Really? She's still not here. She's here! She wasn't answering the door! I didn't have to switch days!
I mean, what kind of
She was pretending not to be here.
My own exhibit. Anyway, we need to make up for lost time. I need you to go to the storeroom and start unpacking some of those crates. One of the pieces...
Yeah, my cousin asked me to do a video on Bridge to Terabithia, and I was like, oh, I still cry when I see Bridge to Terabithia. Alright, 0677, got it.
Sure thing, Joanna. I'll see you later.
Semper ubi sabubi.
Bye. Is correct, yeah. And we have the final key. Who's ready to solve a crime? I am. Bridge film. So sad. It's just so sad.
According to Henrik's notes, I need to make a key out of these pieces.
Okay, so we are going to assemble these 6 pieces together. 6 pieces of keys together in a cube. Oh, the top doesn't want to sit on any which way? Alright. That would be me. Ooh, Terms of Endearment is a rough one, too. Why in the world doesn't it want to go on? Let's see. It's gotta just be that I haven't, like, turned it the right way, but geez. There we go. Okay. This goes not there. This one goes there. Turn it. And then we get this one. And then we get this one. The plaster one. And then we get that one. Yes. Our inventory has been pared down substantially. 6-piece bucket with fries. Oof. So it's not a sad movie, it's just a scary movie, but I watched The Exorcist when I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12 for the first time. Don't know how that happened. Yep, everybody start placing bets. Who did it? Was it... Well, Henrik's in the hospital. And he was doing the whole National Treasure thing, so... Can we safely rule him out? Was it Joanna? Was it... Alejandro? Okay, there's one more thing that we need. Nancy's gonna have to borrow. Not steal, but borrow. Yeah, the children's movie, Exorcist. You're wagering red shirt man, Alejandro? Yeah, so this game, that's one of my main complaints with this game. Like, I like it, but this game focuses more on puzzles and less on character interaction. I feel like you need a better balance between the two. That's just me, though. Alright, so we're gonna borrow these big stone things. And Nancy can... You can literally get a death scene if you don't go straight to the puzzle at this point. So we've got to go right there. Alright.
The poem said, when the first king ascends again.
Yeah, it was 617, right, guys? Someone can double check me, but I think it was 617. Or was it 618? Yeah, if you go out the front door with these, Nancy will literally, like, fall and, I don't know, if she gets crushed or whatever, but, like, yeah, it's intense. Oh, did I miss it? I think I missed what I needed. I know, it is a bit much. These games knew how to be incredibly extra when they wanted to. Trying to remember which one I actually need. That one? I don't think it's that one. Give me a second. We're basically trying to put... What in the world am I hearing? It sounds like a human being screaming. Trying to put the... No, not the crushing scene. You will see some death scenes, honestly, as we go through, because... as we go through the series, because there are times where I'm just genuinely gonna mess up and die and need the second chance. I'm pretty sure it's already happened to us a couple of times. This is always the one that gives me grief. Whoops. This puzzle. I can never remember what 618 is. Stand by, guys. I'm figuring it out. I'm gonna have to go. Oh, I did it! I did it! I did it by accident! Alright. Got it. I'll take the win however I can get it. I'm sad your controller broke too. That's so frustrating. I hate that.
This side looks damaged.
Alright, so now...
I'll have to choose which side of the cube goes here.
You can guess and check.
Nothing happened.
Alright, so let's try this side. Yep. There we go. Oh, other way. And we're gonna do this on all 4 sides, and then this thing is going to open, and we're going to come face to face with the bad guy, so be prepared. Yeah.
Interesting.
Can't argue with the logic. Alright, who's ready? Fair warning, we're about to have a endgame sequence.
I wonder what's inside.
It's a mummy. We literally found a mummy. This is so terrifying. Pennywise is not gonna jump out.
Who's your friend, Nancy?
Oh.
Boo.
Taylor Sinclair.
Who'd you expect, the Tooth Fairy? Looks like someone forgot her beauty cream. I guess we can't all age gracefully.
Are you roasting a mummy, sir?
Say the same about you.
You've been a top-notch assistant, Nancy, but I'm afraid you're just not going to make it in the art world.
Why are you doing this?
Nancy, do you have any idea what that book contains?
Nothing?
Help me out, Sinclair. I'm drawing a blank.
The Whisperer's writings are the only known
It's a
personal
decoy,
account
though.
of Maya
It's
life,
got nothing in
only
it.
written glimpse into Bakal's time anywhere. Do you know
Tooth
what I
Fairy
can
would be
get
a
for
great
that thing on the
twist.
black market?
Oh, the voice is out of sync with the words.
You have no right to do this. The book is not yours to sell.
Simple economics suggest otherwise. And I am the art dealer.
Wow, there really is no ethical consumption under capitalism.
This tomb and all of its contents belong to Mexico.
Finders keepers, I say. Nobody even realizes this thing has any contents. Won't they get a surprise when they finally open it up and find that it contains a 7th century scribe and a 21st century detective? Adios, Nancy.
Alright. Alright, this is timed because Nancy can suffocate. So, I know, gross, you have to open up the mummy's mouth, which seems disrespectful, but it's a matter of life and death.
I'm starting to run out of air in here.
I know, Nancy, I'm hurrying. Or trying to, anyway. Oh. What do I do? What do I do?
I gotta get out of here.
Oh, I'm gonna get a death scene. If I don't hurry. Here we go. We put this there.
I'm suffocating in here.
I know, Nancy. I know. Grab the real grab the real thing. And then also this, which is a key to get out. Do it quick.
Behold, our hero and emerges from the tomb.
I'm gonna complain in a second, but I'm gonna let it play out.
Meanwhile, the foolish villain stews
Henrik got
in
out of the
sour
hospital, I
soup
guess.
of his own miscalculation.
Okay, no, I'm gonna complain about it right now. What, were they just waiting for her to see if she was gonna get out alive? No one was gonna help me? They were just congregated here waiting?
Rescued from obscurity. Way to go, Nancy.
Oh. Cutscene.
World?
Ha, you got the decoy, you dumbass.
Confound you, Nancy Drew!
I have seen Double Jeopardy.
Dear Dad,
Yeah, they just stood there. Thanks for nothing, guys.
back in River Heights where I can fill you in on the whole story. Can you
Thanks for
believe that
just...
your own daughter was
I mean, I
recently
appreciate the
standing
hype,
face-to-face
but
with a real
jeez.
mummy? Now that the scribe's book has
Bunch
been
of
recovered,
rascals,
I
yeah.
understand how important it is and why Taylor thought he could make a fortune selling it on the black market. The book contains one of the only personal accounts of Maya life in existence anywhere. I'm sure it'll be a tremendous addition to our knowledge of the Maya. Once
Yeah,
it's
we did
translated.
get a little bit more
And now
that before the
Henry's memory is
narration.
back up to speed again, I'm sure he'll be itching to get to work on it. Taylor Sinclair won't be making any art deals for a long time, though, that's for sure. I guess I shouldn't be surprised about Alejandro's discovery that the Pakal carvings provenance documents were faked after all. When Franklin Rose and the board
See?
found out, they arranged to
He was
return the
right.
artifact to
It was
Mexico right
fake.
away. Mexican officials are so happy to have the artifact back, they have pledged a new era of diplomatic relations with Beach Hill. Joanna sure learned her lesson about making deals with shady operators like Taylor. The board has agreed to give her another chance as long as she reforms her business tactics.
God damn it,
What else?
Joanna.
Oh yes, Poppy Dada's announced a new direction in her artwork. All her new paintings are going to feature, what else? Mysterious red handprints. So I guess
Nice.
everyone is taking off in new directions now.
Nice,
I'm
nice,
going to
nice.
stay and help this exhibit get launched. But I'll see you back at home in a couple of weeks. Have a safe trip home. Love, Nancy.
Oh, and this is the first game where we get a trailer for the next game.
Dear Nancy,
So we can be hyped.
Bess and George told me you're on a case in D.C. I hope everything is working out for you. I wish I could say the same for me. I'm planning on living here, but there's been some trouble. I think someone or something doesn't want me here. Please, Nancy, I'm afraid I can't stay here very much longer. I know
Creepy.
you're busy, but I'm desperate. I need you to come out and investigate. Please say you will. Your friend, Sally.
Ghost Dogs, Ghost Dogs. Have you played it, Salt Mountain? The classic. Yep, so that is game number 6, and the next game is Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. Yeah, Double Jeopardy. She's really good in Double Jeopardy. Yes, so Ghost Dogs will be the next game, and from here on out, guess what? We get trailers for the next game, and once we finish a game. So that's cool. Yes, we did it! Thank you guys, by the way. You guys actually, genuinely, you really did help me solve it. I would have been just stuck at a couple places. So, thank you guys very much for hanging out. I think tomorrow's stream, I'll move it back to 7 tomorrow night. I moved it up because there is no post-credit scene, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm glad you were here, Cameron. I'm glad you guys were all here. Thankfully, yeah, this game was a little bit longer, and the next game isn't quite as cumbersome, so I think we can get away with 7 p.m. again, because I think that seems to work really well for everybody. I will make sure that it is not an unlisted stream tomorrow. And the game should run smoothly, so that's great. Yeah, 7 p.m. my time. I will, once I populate the stream, it should pop up, and it'll tell you whenever that is going to be your time. Yeah, Taylor was the big bad. The shady art dealer. But yeah, if you come back to the channel in a little bit, I'll have populated the stream, and it'll tell you when, when it's gonna be happening in your time zone. So, if that works for everybody. If everybody, did the 7 p.m. stream seem to work best for everybody? We get the snazzy music again for the credits. Yeah, night's definitely better. Yeah. I figured I'd try a day stream since it was Saturday, but yeah, I prefer night streams, so yeah. I think that's what we're gonna do, so. Bye, everybody. I will see you guys soon. If you haven't seen my new video on gargoyles and you feel like watching it, go watch it. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep streaming at least. I'm gonna plan to stream every day, for the time being. But I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, check out the new video if you feel like it, and I will see you in the next one.